The stardate is 60103. The crew of the U.S.S. Achilles is gathering in a conference room to discuss the ongoing issue that they're having aboard regarding strange dreams that the entire crew has been suffering and the incredible lack of sleep they've all been suffering from due to these strange prophetic dreams. However, certain members of the senior staff also have certain intelligence that they didn't have otherwise, and were able to consult with a certain admiral to learn more. And there is likely going to be a communication from their allies within House of Gitta to come. But first, to the conference room, we say. This is, for record's sake, this is a 2-threat episode, just so you're aware.
No order. We're not going on a date.
Star date. What is the star date?
60103.
A bit of time has passed, basically, as Ken kind of had to sit there and have his call and get in communication with the admiral, so some time has passed. Be advised that Lieutenant Arlen could not had to rapidly leave the meeting. He has to be with a minor emergency in engineering. He is kind of tied up down there, but he does have a engineer present who we'll grab one of the support guys. They'll be present to take the instance at all. Will be there to take notes, much like Cadet Ben does, and give engineers point of view. But right now, Arlen's kind of tied up. They can't really come up for the meeting. Nothing that's going to kill the ship as long as he stays down there. Everything should be fine, but he's kind of busy. Lieutenant Caval, the doctor, is handling something in medical, mainly the people who are having sleep issues and trying to wrap up those particular medical meetings, and that's going to take some time as well. And last we left off, Captain Pend had been on a communication with the Admiral Trailblazer. Toth Oda, do you wish to call it this time, or do you want to wait a little bit?
Whatever works best for you.
I mean, I'm already here, so we might as well talk.
That works.
Is Mokop still here?
He is present. I can have him there for certain things. Actually, I'm gonna wait a bit before you call in.
Okay.
So Pent, you are alerted to the things that were mentioned in the COXO brief. Commander Thorlick, it pops up on your pad. You were made aware of that.
Alright.
Popped in.
That's Winchester. Looks like.
Understood.
Our resident stalker.
Hey now.
I think there's only one thing that we could actively participate in from our update. The other thing is outside of our range for now. But yeah, I'll head out to the conference room.
Cadet Ven, you step through the door, noticing Commander Thorlock, Lieutenant Ryloff, Captain Pend present, as well as Lieutenant Junior Grade Morcop and Ensign Satal.
Sirs?
Cadet?
Grabbing 2 more threats.
Hey, this session makes sense for me to yawn now. Commander, I assume you got the update from Narendra?
Yes, sir.
So, I know I discussed with you in private about what I wanted to attempt, but I'll say it again in front of everyone else, and I'll leave the final decision to you. I have asked the commander if she's willing to be placed in some form of psionic dampener and placed asleep for a period of 24 to 36 hours to see if that'll allow the rest of the crew to sleep due to her apparent signal boosting for whatever's happening.
I may be unintentionally causing some form of resonance or such in the lower dimensional field we're currently in.
And I cannot order you to do that, nor would I want to. So all I can do is present the option. If not, we will just immediately head back.
No, I think it's the best course forward. We still have investigation to do elsewhere, and the ship can serve without a Nexo temporarily.
Well, if that's the case, I'll get you working alongside medical and maybe science to set that up. But I believe we should still head back to where the Carrack was last recorded, just to make sure on their location.
Have they not reported in?
Unfortunately, they've gone dark in where we were previously scanning, so I'd like to confirm their position and what's happening with them. If it's just a minor issue, we can return back to trying to investigate the Rainbow Road. If not, we'll provide assistance. I shall provide to the senior staff the bit that is relevant. Any objections with this current course of action?
No, sir.
No.
Very well. With that being the case, Commander Thralic, like I said, work with medical and who else you need to set up the dampening, and we will start to manoeuvre back towards Star System 0117 and hope crew members are able to start going through sleep cycles. If it works, then we know every couple of days we'll just have to suppress you to allow crew for rest. If not, we'll just have to do a full retreat back to Narendra.
Understood. I'll head down to medical, sir.
Thank you. For now, standard operating procedures for everyone else. If anything comes up, please report it. And let's try and figure out what's either on long range or the closest we can get to Star System 0117 to find out what's happened to the Carrack. Dismissed.
Now, Cadet, you have missed quite a bit.
Oh?
Just kind of a look at Penn, like, I can tell him, right? Like, not saying anything, but just giving Penn the look.
Considering he's taking notes for the science department, they will need to be informed, so you are free to inform him.
We just...
Am I gonna need a clearance level for this?
No.
Okay.
That, the captain just then was your clearance level.
Okay.
Everyone present here including the lieutenant over there, Morcop, had a shared dream. It was quite unusual. A severely damaged shuttlecraft needing to land on a planet with an unencountered alien species.
Alright, strange dreams.
The shuttle had been disabled by a long-range psionic shot. Psionic kinetic, I believe. Something like that.
Is this me?
No, this is me.
No, it was a high-speed kinetic impact that then unleashed a psionic wave. That's what it was. So presumably a gold ship. And it was related to... Oh, you weren't even there for that.
What was I?
Prior to that, there was a different vision that was just me. It's weird with how everything's going at the moment. Apparently everyone's been having odd dreams.
Oh, yeah, I had a weird one yesterday.
Well, given time has passed in an unusual manner without any of us actually sleeping, to put that short, there was a navigation map in which showed a multicolored streak across the stars, which I've called a rainbow road, because that's what it looks like. And from everything that can be told, appears to be the course that the golden ships are presently taking. But we don't have confirmation. And we don't know why we're being shown this.
I see.
The bit you caught is that apparently Commander Thralic might be some sort of conduit for why this is affecting us as much as it is. That being said, it sounds like you might be needed in medical to assist with that process.
Is this a psychic thing? A psionics thing?
Yes,
Okay.
as far as we can tell, anyway.
Well, I'll get this typed up for the science department and then report to medical, unless you want me to report straight to medical.
I would suggest to medical.
Okay.
That is the health of the crew and medical.
All right, I'll write up this report when I have a moment.
That would be ideal.
Okay. Is that all, sir?
That is all from me.
That is all. And like he says, looking over at just the mess of everything on the pad in front of him. That's a lot.
Where's Cadet Finn off to? Just to confirm.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Pen.
End. Show these dice some mercy. Sick bay.
Okay.
Oh, that was a Div 1 task.
Fuck off.
Fuck
We're at
that.
one play.
No!
That is.
That's
What?
disgusting. That's 8 successes on a diff 1.
Mm-hmm.
The orders are given by Captain Pend to the bridge from his ready room as various officers carry out the orders and begin bringing the U.S.S. Achilles about to the intended coordinates. What speed, sir? Is the question they would ask.
For now, cruise. Or standard cruise, yeah.
Stand by. Standard cruise of Warp 8, correct?
I believe so, yes.
ETA 2 days.
Yeah, that's fine, because that allows people the chance to try the possible sleep cycle, what we'll need to try.
And if it takes more than a few minutes for Toshota's call to be taken more out of respect, speak to him and let him know that it is being connected. Because I do not think he would leave a colonel and a Joe waiting.
No, he wouldn't leave him waiting. But if I had actual like emergency
No,
shit
that's
to
what I
do,
was
he would.
saying.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm
Morcott
saying.
got that
Morcott,
communication as you were doing the orders. So
yeah,
He's
Morcott. All I was saying is Morcott would answer and let Oda know that the call was being connected and that Pind was going to answer soon, out of respect for Oda's position.
what's Ryloff up to before I touch on Morcop here? I just noticed he ducked off to a corner there.
oh, he's probably heading to the bridge. He doesn't need to talk to anyone. There's more cop there.
Oh.
He's like, okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
trust
well-
my officer to do what I need to do, and probably should
Well-
have a senior officer on the bridge.
That's a bulkhead.
Where's the fucking bridge then? I thought this was behind the bridge.
No, it's just one deck below.
Oh, okay then, my mistake.
Yeah,
I thought
was
this
like,
was
where are you going?
behind the bridge. You had people coming from this way before, and I was like, oh,
Who decided on the purple carpet?
The interior decorator. What about it? Come
Oh,
at me. Oda, you found yourself connected with your liaison officer aboard the U.S.S. Achilles.
Morcott will bow and say, Lord Oda, I've alerted the captain to your request.
Excellent. How are you finding your time among Starfleet?
There is glory in service to the house as it is needed here among the Federation. There is no glorious battle to be found, though.
Hmm. Do not count Captain Pind out so quickly. I have a feeling that sooner or later, glorious battle will find you. But you serve the house well. Continue to do so.
Or else.
Every
Let's go.
Klingon sentence could be ended with "or else."
It's just implied.
It's in
Yeah.
the grammar.
It's in the grammar.
It's like a suffix. It's just one letter.
Morcott will bow again before placing Oda back on hold. Now that he's made sure that the Lord wasn't just sitting on hold for 20
giving him
minutes.
more than a dial tone.
Yeah.
So
Oda makes
he's
a
a
note
curt.
to ask Captain Pind who the girl from Ipanema is.
Where does Oda will be transferred over to Penn's console here in a moment. Where does Morcop go off to?
There was nothing pressing at the moment, right? It was just the ship was being turned around. Was there the ship that we're going after is missing, right? Do we know if that's because of? Do we know any indication why yet?
No.
You just the information that's in Discord.
We
Their
passed
last.
it like a day ago.
Hmm.
I say we passed it like a day or two ago.
Yeah, like you've been in contact with them for the last couple days because they were helping you triangulate where the weird Dream River was coming from, and then suddenly they've lost contact with you and they lost contact with Narendra Station. So Narendra Station goes, they haven't checked in X amount of time. That's considered lost contact. Please, just alerting everybody. No orders. They're just letting you know
Alright.
that that's what's happened.
Who's chief of security?
Ryloff.
Hi.
Oh,
Romulan.
okay. Morcop's gonna ask Lieutenant Ryloff if we can have reduced security duty shifts because we can't really eat into people's off time because they're losing sleep. So if we can eat into the duty shifts for additional trainings, there might
People
be
aren't sleeping
in the near future.
Well, the thing is, people go into their sleep cycle, and that's when they have the prophetic dreams, and then they wake up as if they never slept. So people still go unconscious. They get tired, but when they wake up, they haven't actually gotten any REM sleep. They haven't really rested.
That's what I'm saying. We can't in good conscience say we're double shifts for everybody. So I'm going to ask Lieutenant Ryloff if we can do half shifts to reintroduce some training. possible
God, there was a
conflict.
whole TNG episode with this premise.
I'm not sure I follow.
With the so you show up to your duty shift and you spend half your duty shift doing duty and your other half training with Lieutenant Orcott. Because you can't do double shifts because
No.
people aren't sleeping. Okay.
And you simply want to train them.
Well, we have a missing ship, so Klingon mind goes to someone attacked it and stole it.
She wants to do
We need to be
drills.
ready to take it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'll approve that.
Okay. Then that's what
You know,
Orcott will do.
we've got the hot plates aboard, but yes. We'll have a Klingon perspective on drills. That'll go
Well,
wonderfully.
drills don't just mean the ground people. The people with the
Oh yeah, I'm
torpedo
just
room
saying.
have to be trained too.
I'm also intrigued by a Klingon drills, so let's go. That aspect should be interesting.
It's really just a lot of charging and screaming.
Yes,
Sometimes we wear armor, sometimes not.
it is outside of Federation standard, though, which is the purpose of you being here in part. So,
All right, so Markup's actually heading to a different part of the ship to engage in training, combat training. Relev's going to the bridge.
yeah.
So we look into the ready room of Captain Pend as the face of Lord Colonel Oda, son of Kolek, appears on screen.
Captain,
Oda, I heard you were trying to get in touch with me.
unfortunately, I have dire news to report. I thought you should know immediately.
Oh, that's fun. I've got fun news for you as well.
There appears to be some sort of plague breaking out along the edges of the. I keep wanting to call it Shoshu, but that's not right.
Should be in the Discord from last week.
Yeah. The edges of the Chusco,
Progress.
Hui, and Jagui sectors, running right along the borders of all three.
I'll bring up a star map and would it be along or close to this region? And he'll draw this mark across the entire map.
Like where the Rainbow Road is on screen now. That appears to be the exact line.
Well, I've got fun news for you if you're interested.
Indeed, my doctor is preparing to see if he can determine some sort of cure or vaccination for it.
So,
I put all the details in the chat.
Ah, fantastic. Well, we're currently...
it to you.
Thank you. We've come across it further down. There appears to be, from what our security officer has dubbed it, a Rainbow Road, and I'll send you the relevant files for what we have. There seems to be some form of reality altering phenomenon where you go to sleep, you think something else is happening, then you wake up and you have no rest. Does that sound right?
It does seem to echo the symptoms that have been reported.
It seems that this is more of a, I wouldn't say psionic, but along those type of lines issue. So, if you wish, we can also partially work on a cure and send you back what we have. So it's something we can both work on, but just be advised, we're currently moving away from this Rainbow Road and taking steps to try and make sleep possible. If not, we believe distance may be the key.
Unfortunately, such an action is not possible for the inhabitants of the planet, some of whom are within the latest Klingon province.
Yeah, so we've heard there's also a bit of unrest happening in your new province.
Yes. Thanks apparently to the Kohaxa. Their evangelists have been trying to convince certain governments to abandon their agreement with the Empire. I suspect that the uptick in storms in the area may have something to do with the creature we encountered in the four storm systems.
I believe you noted that as a space god in your logs?
At least attempted to take the form of a god, not knowing, of course, what Klingons do to gods.
Yeah, clearly.
In any event, I've promised my crews that we will hunt it down. So with the death of the creature, we'll see if these storms cease. If not, we will be in the area of the Great Storm, and so we'll be able to tell if the Kohaxa are doing something to increase the bad weather in the area.
Well,
in any event, I do not intend to let these worlds that have just recently chosen to join the Empire to slip away so quickly. I do not like religious fanatics.
No, that's understandable. Just as a forewarning, the U.S.S. Lighton will be approaching to offer diplomatic services to make sure neither side goes overboard, and also to try and dissuade you to not go the purge route.
It's the fun route.
Unless the Kohaxa give me cause, I have no real intention of invading their territory. However, if they are causing an increase in the storms and gravimetric distortions in the area, I will put a stop to it.
That's understandable, but I'm just giving you a heads up. We will have a Starfleet vessel in the area to offer aid if you do require it.
In return, you might warn them that the weather is bad and getting worse in that region, which is on the entire other side from where this plague is taking place. Tell me, do you have any data on whether or not psionic entities have a positive or negative effect on whatever's causing this, if it is a psionic side effect?
From what information I've gathered from my sources, my commander seems to be acting as some form of a beacon, which is making it, as we can understand, worse. Which, again, is not her fault, it's just what's happening. So we are trying to take a precaution of maybe placing her within a dampener and maybe forcing her to sleep and trying to work in a new sleep cycle to see if that works. But for now, we haven't got any concrete evidence on whether that's a solution.
The teams I send to the area then I will be sure to make sure are low Esper ratings.
But it's one of those things. Once we get more concrete evidence of whether reducing her abilities around it helps us or not, I'll inform you due to the fact of you yourself have some connection to at least the ocean.
Indeed. It is in my plans to begin to spend more time there as part of my daily meditations. I assume you've read my report on our encounter with the Aldemona, the Golden Sphere.
I have, and we've also noticed a very specific clue, if you'll call it that. Your encounter with the Aldemona was along the Rainbow Road, was it not?
Yes, it appears that your Rainbow Road runs directly over the Rewa system and through it.
And during one of our prophetic dreams, we apparently had a conflict with them down here along the road as well. So
Could this Rainbow Road be more of a road than you realize? Like,
I knew what I said.
I intend to, if my crew can be rested, so because we're getting close to where some species are getting close to the if they don't sleep they die part. So if I can get my crew enough sleep to continue investigating, we will. But I have to make sure I have a crew to investigate.
does Oda know that Pind has psionic members of his crew, like beyond, just like normal humans who have good intuition, or normal,
Yeah, I mean there are psionic species. Some humans actually are of a high Esper rating.
Right. Okay. I will provide a warning. The Aldemona appear to be very sensitive to certain levels of psionic activity. Their ship appeared almost immediately after psionics were used in battle on the planet below. I wonder if the track of that road is what allows them to appear so quickly. The use of psionics was something like a flare, but there had been no sign whatsoever of such a vessel in the vicinity to the limit of our sensors. But immediately it appeared after the use of psionics in system and within range of 2 Tripolity warships, which it easily destroyed. I wonder if that Rainbow Road allows for near instantaneous, or at least incredibly rapid travel of their ships along its length.
It's possible. I'll give a general order for any crew on board to refrain from using any powers until we're in a situation to test that theory. But that's definitely something to look into.
Be aware that Captain Myth's psionic shielding was of excellent service in our brief meeting with the Aldemona. I believe that without it, we would have suffered much more damage among our personnel. The normal energy weapon damage that they are able to produce is significant enough, but there was most definitely a psionic element to their attack. If the Achilles is not currently operating with Captain Myth's psionic shielding as we used against the Dusk Machine, I would recommend bringing it back online. Further, at least according to Commander Satal of the Tripolity, the Aldemona are also skilled in using psionics in combat on a hand-to-hand, person-to-person individual level, although we have not experienced that directly.
I mean, I'll happily take that under advisement. I'm not looking to get into a fight with them over the next couple of days at the very least, but I will look into deploying Captain Myth's shielding, or at least have it on deck for use.
Indeed. And be aware that I was not particularly looking for a fight with the Aldemona at the time either, although they will be a glorious foe. Defeating them will be a tale worthy of story and song.
Well,
I look forward to the battle.
should we have ourselves a little competition then? With a smile on his face?
No.
Yes. A barrel of blood wine
Sounds like a
barrel
deal.
of vintage blood rind to the captain who brings down the most vessels.
Well, at least I think we should start with the one who can bring down the first.
We'll start there then. They proved highly resistant to our modified quantum torpedoes, although we did significant damage. I'm told that kinetic weapons are the key to defeating them, or at least the Tripolity has had the most success with them. It's been a long time since my academy days when we studied rail guns, but we may have to bring them back into service.
Well, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve I can try, but hopefully we'll not be testing that out immediately.
There is, however, a potentially more immediate threat. The supposed rogue element of the Tripolity is working hard to infiltrate both Klingon and Federation personnel. We have discovered a great many implants within my people. Indeed, out of a sample size of 100, fully 60 had Tripolity implants placed within their brains. Your Ensign Greel, in fact, was triggered by a doctor's scan and attacked my senior staff. She is all right, but we were unable to initially detect the implant because it was actually lodged in the symbiote rather than Ensign Greel.
Yes, we are aware of the Tripolity splinter group, as they like to claim. Have been doing this. Have you been in contact with Narendra recently?
I've been sending my reports back, but I've received no bulletins from them. We have not returned to Narendra Station since we left its orbit.
Well, if you get in contact with the strategic officer, he may be able to render assistance. We've already been doing scans via Narendra and our other ships, but as a precaution, I'll go through this process again, especially with Trill personnel. But yeah.
Is it your experience that the implants activate when exposed to a medical scan?
From our experience, we managed to catch it before it got to that stage, and we're able to get it removed.
That is my concern, that a scan might set them off as it did with Ensign Greel. Although to her credit, she fought against it as hard as she could, but the symbiote and its implant had control.
That's definitely not a standard Federation technique to implant something into a symbiont.
I would appreciate any data you could send us on how you people have been handling the scans and the removal of the devices. My doctor has proven very, very proficient, but as I understand it, it is a complicated procedure at times.
Yeah, by all means, I'll send whatever data I currently have, but our primary bulk for that would be from the renderer. So if you just reach out to them, they'll send you a full data dump.
Understand. We also managed to learn that the Tripolity Splinter Group most likely has a base somewhere in the Narendra sector. We were told that it was far closer than we could imagine. We believe that has narrowed down into the Narendra sector, perhaps even much closer to our current area of operations. The latest infestation of implants appears to have taken place approximately 2 weeks ago, and none of those who were had implants placed upon their brains experienced any lapse of time or awareness of having been surgically altered. Our investigation is continuing. I suspect that either our transporter system may be have been reprogrammed or somehow intercepted. But again, our investigation is still continuing in that. But whatever method they are using, it is quite effective and secretive.
So you only found out they were near the Narendra sector, nothing more concrete?
No, but we believe they are within the Narendra sector itself, somewhere in the sector of space where the Joint Operation Force is operating.
Interesting.
Mm.
I'm
If we
currently
find
heading.
out anything
Yeah.
more, we will of course let you know.
Well, I'm currently making a temporary fallback closer to Narendra, hopefully to gain some sleep with the crew. So I could look into a few systems while I'm there, but I think after we deal with this Rainbow Road, I think I'll do a full sweep, because the sooner we get troublemakers out from our doorstep, the better.
And Otis, you see him tapping on his console. I'm also sending you the data we managed to gather on the transphasic cloak that the Splinter Group was using, or at least the vessels that we tracked down on Rewa. They appear to have solved the energy issues surrounding transphasic cloaking devices. We weren't ever close enough to get a truly detailed scan. We might be able to have more information on it based on the booty from our victory on Rewa, but that our engineers are still looking over it. In any event, we had to modify our quantum torpedoes to be able to count for the transphasic variance. Our Ensign Griot believes that with a close enough scan of a ship operating under such a cloak, the torpedoes could be tuned to hit them even when they are out of phase.
Huh. That could prove very interesting. If we encounter them and gain any more insight, I'll send it to you as well.
Again, we were unable to test this in combat.
Well, like I said, give it time. Someone's bound to pick a fight somewhere.
One can hope. Also, I've learned that the Aldemona are reaching out to both the Ferengi and the Orions. They wish to trade a significant and powerful amount of advanced technology in return for both of those organizations, or either one which might accept being willing to impose a total embargo on first, at least most likely first, the Klingon Empire and also the Federation.
Seems like they're trying to make moves in the region.
Indeed. I have an operative that I hope to place within those negotiations. We will see if this comes to fruition, and if so, what we can learn. But also, I know the Orions have accepted an invitation, although the negotiator, I know for a fact, is a friend of, Commander Varder. I almost forgot his name. If you understand my meaning.
Ah, she's one of those.
Exactly.
Well, if your friend can acquire any data regarding the Aldemona's capabilities, please feel free to share that so we can both come up with countermeasures.
Indeed, I'm hoping to at least gain some sort of tactical advantage over them. Very well. I will contact the render station and see what their protocols have been. And I appreciate your people working on both this potentially psionic plague. My doctor, of course, will cooperate with and share whatever he learns with you. If it is an effect of this road, I have to wonder why it's just, if the road has just recently appeared or if something has happened to trigger it. Do you have any indication of how long this path has been in existence in this sector?
Well, we've only noticed it very recently. If it's been here for longer, we haven't got enough evidence of that. But I will give you a warning, and you can take it however you wish, Oda.
Mm.
From my sources, which is how I have more of an understanding of where this plague and what this road is, when I mention the Aldemona to them, they're very good at hiding clues, but from reading them, they would place them close to like Borg level of threat. So do not approach casually.
Mm. Let's hope they are a worthier opponent than the Borg. It is no fun killing hive-minded cyborgs.
Maybe, but I'd rather give you a unofficial warning as it is, that if you go in unprepared, you will suffer.
Mm. A good warning. See if there's anything else I needed to tell. Pinned. Sector. There was something. Ah, that's it. I also have information leading me to believe that this is not the first time the Aldemona have been through this sector. The planet Riwa, which is what your people would call a garden world, and indeed, if the game is worthwhile, it would be a pleasure to spend some off time hunting there. But apparently, in times past, the Chusco, Hui, and Jegwe peoples were in an alliance fighting a ferocious war on that planet's surface, or the planet was part of it, against some golden-eyed, golden-skinned beings, which I take to be the Aldemona. I am at least assuming that the Aldemona either withdrew or were defeated for whatever reasons, but they have apparently come this way before. However, if what you were telling me about seeing different realities and alternate strange visions, perhaps this was one of them, although it did appear that it affected several people that we encountered. All of them appeared to have a deep-seated fear of psionics.
I'd like to give you more of an answer, but we have too many questions to narrow it down.
I'm not expecting an answer, Captain. I'm just informing you what I have found because I believe that this Aldemona threat may be existential to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Indeed, the Commander Satal of the Tripolity described it as the greatest threat that the Alpha and Beta quadrants had faced in 100 years. Now, of course, the Tripolity is looking for alliances these days, so I take that with a grain. Nevertheless, having encountered one of their ships, they are a powerful foe.
Well, for now, let's try and get some of the things we've been dealing with under control, and once a few things are off our plate, then I think both sides can try and focus on the Aldemona.
Keep in touch, Captain. I will be sure to do the same and tell you what I learn. Until then, good hunting. Kapla!
You too, Oda. And comes.
While that conversation continued, new scene as we go up to the bridge. Lieutenant Ryloff, you have the bridge.
Oh,
As the XO is currently in medical. So, you know. Current course is set warp 5 toward navigation point 1017. ETA 2 days.
Very good.
Wait, there's a problem.
What?
Oops, he shouldn't be there.
We've got 2 Rylovs on the bridge. Something's wrong.
Oh, we do. The other one is there.
I am your clone. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
And the highest ranking other security we have is a cadet on the bridge. Lovely.
It's fine. It's just Mirror I love. He's like a teddy bear. It's
Yeah, that is weird when you're more suspicious than your mirror counterpart. You're more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've got
Don't
multiple
worry
things
about
for being paranoid. It's my shtick.
Sir, just wanted a clarification of orders. Says the security oversight, or someone attacked. Actually, Cadet Sarai. Cadet Sarai points out, Lieutenant Ryloff, I wish to know on a clarification of orders if our intention within 2 days of arriving is to approach with a yellow alert, or if we're intending to go to red alert the minute we jump in.
We are entirely unaware of what the situation might be, other than that a vessel is not reporting in. We don't have confirmation of hostile intent, so yellow alert would suffice.
Ah, I see. I was also curious about the. Apparently, there's a new set of combat drills on the extracurricular docket.
Correct.
With an instructor Morcop.
Yes. Our Klingon liaison.
I see. Should medical waivers be signed and given to you, or?
If that is deemed necessary.
Oh. Very well, sir.
Is it not part of Starfleet's purpose to get a better understanding of other people and their ways?
I would agree, sir. It's more that the standard issue waiver of personal safety tends to require an additional signature when engaging in non-Starfleet issued training regimens, as the KDF would be. Their methods are not Starfleet issue. I didn't know if it was to report to you or to the doctor. I do intend to sign up.
Well, if it goes to one of us, the other will get it eventually anyway.
Indeed.
So. I mean, that is no secret.
Give me presence security difficulty 2 to kind of assuage your security staff that you're not just saying that you are aware and in the know of what's going on, and they are fine to do it if they want. They don't have to. You're not ordering them per se, but it's no, I approved it. It's okay. It's fine. If anything, I encourage it.
Mm-hmm.
But difficulty 2, because people aren't exactly, most of the non-combative species aren't exactly leaping at the chance to do that particular drill if they don't have to.
Did we ever get an update on what our Admiralty focus was?
Has that changed so far? Because Ven, you're the arbiter of that particular choice. And you are muted if you are trying to say something.
Well, he's not muted. He's just not saying anything. Well, he's not muted in Discord anyway.
No, sometimes he mutes himself by accident.
Yeah, you can do it from your hardware.
Kind of determines if I have a focus or not.
Yeah.
I mean, more than
like
likely.
tagging me might be a way.
Well,
I mean, the two other than negotiation look like they'd be appropriate this session. Not sure if you're going to use negotiation.
Stellar cartography is like the only one I couldn't use there.
You'll have to leave it as a question mark because we can't confirm one way or the other.
What are we confirming?
Jesus
Hello.
Christ.
I'm in Discord. I pinged you.
What is our Admiralty focus?
Oh. Okay. I was either stellar cartography or negotiations. I'm thinking
For finding a missing ship.
finding a missing ship, then stellar cartography.
Okay, never mind. I was like, for finding a missing ship, strategy and tactics, but no. Okay.
Whoops, we can do that.
I don't. Because it's, I mean, yeah, no, it's not. It's me talking to them is not any of my focuses.
Well, you do get technically comms plus security. You are using the ship to make sure the orders go about.
Unless you want to use paranoia, but I don't think that's actually
No,
helpful.
I don't think paranoid would help me in this case.
If anything,
Although-
paranoia increases your comp range by 1.
So sorry, okay, my comp range goes up by 1 because of the trait existing. I was going to
Yeah.
ask if survivor, just by the virtue, like using that as knowing things outside of the normal, can be great. Assist you in this situation as someone who has experience in that situation.
Yeah, you can bring them the diff or the complication.
Okay. So chuck down the diff, and then can I use a survival focus if I'm using that trait?
I don't know. It sounds like I'm for each. Yeah, you can do it.
I still got the focus out of this. And it's security, so I'm just gonna give you a threat anyway. Reroll that. There we go. And then comms wherever the Achilles is. There it is. Comm security. Okay. So we made 2.
Yeah, you're able to get some of your crew to be a little more as enthused as Sarai is about it. Sarai's just taking it like, oh, I need the extra credit, so I'm doing it.
Sarai's a Vulcan. When she ever
it's like,
enthused.
But as enthused as she can be, anyway. Put it that way.
She's intrigued.
Intrigued is probably the better word.
How curious is what she's saying.
Do y'all, the cadets, have to return to the academy before they graduate, or will they graduate out here?
I don't know.
Depends on the needs of Starfleet.
Oh.
If everything goes well, they get to go back home and do the big thing. They might do it on Ranger Station if they get reassigned out here, or they get promoted in the field. Here's your pip, get to work. We're in an emergency.
All I know is I didn't ask for a cadet, and I've got one.
Any orders from you on the bridge, or any preparations you wish to do en route?
It's our ship. We have its signature. Might as well see if we can pull up whom its chief of security is and members of their security department for if there is a bad situation, who I might be, who my peers would be, essentially. I mean, Penton knows who the command staff is. He gets that for free.
Insight plus security or command, difficulty 1, assisted by computers plus security or command.
Yeah, I wonder which one I'm going.
Oh, sorry, it's not insight, it's reason. You're looking it up on a computer. I'm silly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's known information. You're not guessing, you're looking it up.
Yeah. Investigative techniques focus.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of my traits are negatively hitting me right now.
Paranoia increases complication.
Okay.
Maybe this is a false flag. Maybe the real security guy's the cook.
God.
No, wait. It's the doctor. I know it. They can give poison to those who are disloyal. Wrong ship. Oh, right.
Yeah. I'll give you a third again because that's fun.
Okay.
Look at that. That's without the ship is doing computer security. Yeah. Computer security is even... That was the same thing. Look at that. How much fluid do I have now? A lot. 3. 2? 3. Okay. Well, we'll find out what I know and then if I have any uses for those at all. There's always the potential.
Lieutenant Edison Cantos is the chief of security aboard the U.S.S. Karuk. They are a human. As for the disposition of their security forces, it's a California class, so not great. 1 second. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself?
You know, I might be spending 2 to, it happens that they have a couple of reliable veterans aboard within their security department. Rather than being entirely fresh-faced. Please.
It is a security of 1 because it's a science and survey ship. The security guy has an office and their deputies, and that's it. Like the lieutenant is has ensigns and some crewmen to maintain security of the ship. But you could spend 2 of that float to have some of those guys be, old salts who are like, you know what, I wanted to take an easy job, but I'm a good security officer. Even this Cantos could be like, I wanted to log some hours as a department head, and this was the first chief of security opening, so I took it.
Just more, they're not entirely pushovers if that is what has happened to them. And if not, if in general, then okay, I guess the ship just is slightly better should anything bad happen to them. Yeah, that I Is there, as a question, I guess, is there anything of note in their last logs?
I'll take that. It would seem that from the chief of security's logs, Kentos noted that it was his understanding, his inference that the captain wanted to chase the clues as they love to do from time to time, and has doubled up on security drills because when science officers want to chase clues, it usually involves phaser fire from the opposing side. So he's prepping his crew just in case, talking to some of the engineers, some of the flight people, just trying to bulk up their forces a little bit. No known, no screaming threat that they're aware of, but it doesn't hurt.
But the last thing was they might be.
They might be. Basically, the Carrick was going to chase after something. Was going to be hunting down a particular set of investigative path that the security officer believed was high risk, but didn't know the details of. They just kind of they read between the lines, like an inside security role of the captain didn't say anything in particular, but I'm picking up what they're putting down. I'm going to prep myself just in case.
And this is the former anomaly sector, correct? Not sector, system.
System.
Okay. Okay. Charming.
Something to do with uncharted space.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
Lieutenant Junior Grade. Oh, sorry. Before I continue, Lieutenant Rowell, if you still have momentum, you could ask more questions.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Lieutenant Junior Grade Moorcop, I believe you are marshaling some drills aboard the ship.
Yeah. In fact, I've given myself a great idea.
Oh.
Can I actually get my hands on some pain sticks? Not to use against Starfleet people. I'll be clear about that. Not to use There's the lesson here.
It would be one opportunity, one threat. Yeah. One opportunity, one escalation.
Okay.
Do you want one?
Actually, like 10 of them.
I will note you only pay opportunity. Is it opportunity you only pay once or escalation you only pay once? I always forget that.
It's opportunity you only pay once.
Okay, so
Oh
you're gonna give me.
no, sorry, other way around. You only pay escalation once if you get like a 10 phasers out. You're only going to pay escalation for one phaser because that's getting a phaser has increased the threat of the
Right.
situation, but getting 10 of them doesn't significantly increase it more. Opportunity, you need one for each one you're going to get.
Oh, it sounds like you need to give me, what was that, 9 more momentum?
That's not happening.
The momentum's on the table. He can grab it.
Okay. Instead of that, I'll give you 4 to get 4 of them.
Yeah.
Enough for a very small gauntlet.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're gonna do. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I have an idea. I don't normally I don't have a training space per se, but I can reuse this one. Yoink. New
All right,
scene.
so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get like cadets and newer security people, and they're gonna be in the audience. And then we're gonna set it up with a couple of veteran security members with the paint sticks. And Moorcock will do the gauntlet and give and if it works out, I don't know if it'll work out, so I may just like be in the on the floor crying because I got hit by paint sticks. But if it works out, I'll give a speech about endurance and how you have to keep fighting if the ship's under trouble.
Wouldn't our veteran officers be hoplites?
Paint
Yeah.
sticks
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter how good you are. The stick does all the work.
Veteran officer is Kino, as far as support characters go. Other than that, they're all.
So, Senior Chief Petty Officer Kino is probably present for the event.
Unjoined Trill before you get touchy.
So let's move you guys a little bit up the dock a bit, as it were.
If the senior chief wants to go through the thing with me, they can.
Let's put it this way: for those who go through this gauntlet, there will be a temporary advantage for this episode that kind of gives you a bit of a morale boost. So it'll help you be a little more confident or be able to withstand mental strain a bit because you've gone through a thing that Klingons do to try to hype themselves up. So if you want to activate Kino Tier and have them go through the gauntlet, they can have that advantage. It's up to you guys if you want to do that. Otherwise, Kino's just going to be part of the paint stick parade and jab Moorcock. Which won't be a roll. It won't be an activation. They're just there narratively.
Me.
I'm okay either way.
Oh, it's your choice, guys. It's your characters.
Might as well just have her be on the side.
Okay. So, Moorcock, you're going to walk through some paint sticks. How deep is this paint stick pit going to go? Is it just going to be like a little tiny one where it's just the 2 rows, or like the proper like rite of age 4, or are you going to try to be super badass about it and try to show off and have like a really long line? How much do you want to show off, and how much of a hoorah moment do you want to try to give this crew? Because even if you just hit by the minimum, keep grabbing the shuttle by accident.
Oh, I was muted. Is this gonna? Well, first I said it matters how many paint sticks you're gonna let me have, but second,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you only have how many sticks again?
4.
4? Oh, well, that kind of predetermines it. Sorry, I forgot.
I guess unless they're gonna like it's gonna be a thing where you just have to stand there.
Or they hand it down.
They hand it down. Yeah.
Is this gonna be fitness security?
I'm gonna roll damage every time because you're letting yourself get hit. So I'm just gonna roll damage to see what happens. To see if you stay standing.
Well, I didn't know if there was any like amount of willpower that mattered here, or if it was just straight like how much stress do you have.
If you get an injury, I'll let you try to fitness your way out. Fitness your way out of an injury. Just kind of power through it. If you zero out, you can fitness your way
And
and push through the pain.
the pain sticks are like 3+ security.
Yeah.
And what are you giving? How many dice are you giving for the hoplites?
Okay, then yeah, yeah, I can. He'll do like the 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 normal length, the 4 length. But like, I don't think there is a character that has HP enough to go the full length. Like, you'd have to be like Oda or something with 2 ignore medals and uh, something like that.
Yeah, Barter could do it.
Plus, remember, you're
Yeah.
a Klingon. They're hitting you for non-lethal, so you actually have some free resistance.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
you would, except Morcomp is a
No.
support character, so he doesn't get to be that awesome because no one gave him
Yeah.
the damn talent.
Yet.
Yeah.
Duly
Eventually
noted.
they should make some of those basic into traits. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I think it's best only to do the full length instead of the double length. So the 4
Okay.
instead of the 8.
Actually, be more like this. Music sounds right for this, right? Airport lounge music? No. This one. There we go. All right then. In full witness of a bunch of other people who are watching this drill, Orcup steps forward and gets jabbed. Yep. Roll for me 6 challenge dice there, pinned.
Okay.
One, 2, 3, and 4 stress.
You might have to check pain sticks. I think they're intense, not vicious though. Which wouldn't matter in this specific situation, but I was just double checking to make sure they're not vicious. I don't think they are. I think they're intense.
I'll double check with you actually. Pain. That didn't help me. Control F only makes sense if you type in the right Control F.
Yep, it's 3. No, Oh, it's intense and charge. So I guess they could charge it, but like, I
Yeah,
don't think
this
you'd-
is just a.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm rolling for the other side. Zort.
Zap.
That guy got you good. To avoid an injury, give me, for the first injury that you're looking at so far, fitness security, difficulty 2. This will get harder the more this happens.
Makbara.
Yep.
Take a threat.
Sure.
Spin the 2 to quash. But yeah, I can already tell you with that, Morkop is not making it to the end of this.
Yeah, I doubt it.
We'll find out.
Steps forward. I assume. He
Yeah.
could back out.
Nope. He'll go down before backing out because
Zort and Zort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is your track filled? Between the
yeah,
four...
I wouldn't even get to your roll.
Okay, give me...
Oh, never mind.
Fitness security, difficulty 3.
Take 3 threat.
Sure. steps forward. We're not going to bother rolling because you're going to take damage that would fill your track anyway. So diff 4. This is really hard. Pain sticks hurt.
I'm sorry to do this to y'all.
No, you're
take
not.
6 threat.
How much?
6.
6. Got it.
Awesome.
Then I'll spend a point of determination on a good warrior adapts to the unfamiliar, since that's the lesson here, is to endure.
Sure, I'll take that. Raw. Oh, why am I rolling? Diff. God. Diff. What are we at? 5 now?
Yeah, this is diff 5.
Yeah. Three momentum, 3 threat. Oh no. Can't do nothing about it.
And for that last one, since you failed at the roll, you can choose to avoid the injury with 2 threat or 2 momentum.
2 threat.
Raw. You're practically crawling along the ground. It hurts. Everything hurts. You're barely awake.
Yeah, and once he's able to catch his breath, he'll turn around and give a speech about enduring no matter what's going on.
Yeah, I like...
Presence plus security or command, difficulty 3.
I love how we went from a reasonable amount of threat and some momentum to completely the opposite.
That's a bad speech.
Yeah, they'll probably take you more seriously, but you've got a tear running down your face.
Or you're kind of doing it from a seated position. It's like,
yeah,
look, I did not think through how much that hurt. It's been a while since I did it. Ow. I'm trying not to show pain, but holy crap. Huh?
The pain sticks have got worse in the last 10 years.
Yeah. If you guys want, you can try to activate Kino to try to assist with this roll. Or any other security person who might be present, like Cadet Sarai.
Maybe. Yeah, let Sarai do it.
Does she even have anything to do with presence?
No, but it's an activation for her.
Jesus Christ. She's got a 7 presence.
They're only helping. It's better than nothing.
I'm counting on Cadet.
I mean, it's an 11.
It's a 50-50.
What the hell's Sus Mana?
I don't know.
Susmana?
Oh, Sus Mana, yeah.
Vulcan martial art, I believe.
Does that count as a focus?
I'd say so.
It's very disciplined, because of course it is.
I mean, it didn't help.
But it didn't hurt.
Sarai tries to give some insights from Vulcan mystical knowledge, which kind of dampens what Moorcup was trying to drive at. It isn't hurt it, but it's kind of off point. You can try to activate Kino as well if you want to use up more of your support, but I don't know if you want to do that or if you just want to let this fail.
We've got a ton of support.
Probably should have let it fail about 20 threat ago.
We have 6 support, so we can spend 1.
What, the veteran close quarter combat trick?
Yeah, let Kino do it. What have we got, another one?
No, it's just that we've got... This is all 3 of our securities.
Yeah, then, yeah. Do you want to roll for Kino?
her.
Well, if not, I can do it.
Just as long as it's not Everix.
Hey. Yeah, no, I'm not allowed. I'm not
Every
allowed
time
to
you
roll.
touch her, she just about dies.
Yeah, it's
For-
true.
Oof.
I don't even know how she could die in this situation, but you would
Looks
manage.
at the pain stick. Zort.
There you go.
Hey.
It's not paranoia if it's true.
So the advantage has been created. Where all security aboard the Achilles are at incredibly high morale due to the intense training regimen that Moorcop is able to display. Sarai wasn't much help, but Kino Tier kind of had an inkling, especially as a hoplite. There's familiarity with a variety of techniques across the Alpha and Beta quadrants, because you need to be ready for anything. And then following the back of, it's like, if Moorcop is willing to go through so much and suffer so much, then we all need to be ready to do the same, because this job doesn't get easier, and it's going to get pretty hard in the next couple days. So, and thank you for your guest appearance, Moorcop's player.
Ah, so that's why he was here, to give you an inordinate amount of threat.
And then leave.
Uh-huh. Makes sense.
Hey, I'm not opposed to it.
Where is the thing I'm looking for? New scene. But yeah, you do have some activations. And some key information was passed along, so I didn't know what they were going to do.
But yeah, I probably would have passed on the medical task to the doctor after they help with the Thralic thing I'm trying to do.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
So, hey, Lieutenant Koval, so you were going to attend a meeting after this whole sleepless situation with the Dream River and all this weird stuff. But unfortunately, you kind of got tied down in medical because your med bays are basically being burst at the seams with people with sleeping problems, which no kidding.
Yeah.
But you kind of been like, you had to deal with stuff down here. You managed to step out of your office briefly. You've been informed that the meeting has already passed. You've been here for most of the episode so far, so you're informed. Your character now knows what you know, because Koval is probably reading up on what's happened so far aboard the ship.
Sure.
And it's at this time Commander Throlic and Cadet Ven step into medbay.
Head over to the doctor. And... Alright, doctor. I'm... Of course not, that was what the briefing was for.
Commander?
Captain Pend has obtained information that the sleeplessness may be, or rather the source of such, is potentially being amplified by my own connections to kind of this person with a mess of one, my own Esper stuff. Anyway, I've volunteered to be put into stasis or a dampening field, I think was the other recommendation, on the advisement of yourself as CMO, as well as liaising with the science department for any monitoring of the effects and field. spreads her hand out. Whenever you want to get started, Doctor.
Right.
I'm also here to provide assistance.
She acknowledges you.
Cadet Kobuk fills out paperwork because that's all he's good for anymore.
Yep.
Aww.
Oh
Apparently,
no.
Van's gonna transfer to medical, take my job. See how it is.
Hey, we try to give people activations.
I mean, we could activate him for this role. Depends on what it's like.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He'll just breathe into his little thing, fill out paperwork. It's fine.
He can't complain the security cadet had never been activated before today.
But that sounds like a security problem, not a medical problem.
So I guess the first thing to do, and maybe she did this before they got here, I don't know, would be to get a read on like what is generally accepted and understood about psionic ratings for Andorians.
They tend on the high end, higher than
Okay.
say humans would be, but lower than Vulcans, because the ANR gene line is, even though ANR are incredibly rare, like less than 1,000, like they are they have a hyper tiny population. The Andorian line still has a higher Esper rating than normal.
Okay.
Than
Also,
average, the
Thralic
galactic
is like
average.
a
I was
quarter
gonna say,
ANR.
yeah, galactic average.
Yeah. Well, known galactic average, I should correct. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the woohoo.
Sorry, just fixing something that was bothering me.
This is not her specialty.
Did you know activating a stasis unit is opportunity 1, escalation 2? The opportunity causes wave because you're in a mid bay, but escalation's still a thing. Because apparently when you bring out stasis units, I just looked it up now. I'm like, huh, neat. Just thought I'd share that fact with everybody.
No, it's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know. Considering we have 32 threat and no.
Do it. Let's see if we can break 50. It'll be fine.
We started with full momentum off that 8 success roll that Penn made. How did we get to this?
Winchester.
You let Winchester play.
Don't put this shit on me.
We didn't.
We said Winchester, dumbass.
Oh.
No,
I
blame
said you,
I blame the
as in the collective you, because I wasn't here.
Yes, that's right. That's what I meant.
No, I'm blaming Cadet Van. It's totally the Cadet's fault.
Specifically, yeah. It wasn't even there. You're like, who's Winchester? Okay, then I guess the next through line then would be like, is there like a known instance of this happening on another ship or a similar instance?
You can go to your desk and look that up.
Yeah. I don't know. This might have been like researchy things before.
Oh, you might have done this. You might have done this before they got here. Never mind. You're right. I'm gonna call this. This would be a higher difficulty, but given my particular verse, as it were, we've had the crew of the Achilles and some of its veterans have run into quite a bit of psionics lately. So Starfleet's a little more aware than normal about how psionics work. They kind of had to, especially with their interstation CMO being a psionics and Kashoan expert. So that kind of makes things easier. So I'll knock this down from diff 5 to diff 3. Computers plus medicine. Reason medicine, diff 3, assisted by computers plus medicine. I wanted to make this diff 5, but I had a good reason not to make it that high, because nope. You guys have gone through a lot. You should be rewarded for it.
Yeah. Plus, you want to save all of that threat for later.
I mean, that
Yeah.
too. I could spend it up, but I'm not gonna. There's other roles to make it difficult.
Exactly.
So, Caval, spending any threat to get more dice, or?
I just realized that I was talking without push to talk. So to repeat what I was just saying, paranoia.
Complication range goes to 2.
Okay.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's fine. Hate to bring up the other thing, but I feel like I'm cheating if I don't. How long's it been since she slept?
She hasn't. She's been having the same problem as everyone else. She falls asleep, but dreams, but doesn't get actual sleep.
So 5 days.
Yeah. So, Caval has this thing, called chronic pain, and as someone who experiences it in real life, not sleeping
Does not help matters.
is a bad thing.
Comp 3.
Ugh.
Don't worry, we just make it interesting with our self-inflicted complications.
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, and the other thing that I said while I was muted, so, you're gonna get more threat because I have old medicine.
That too.
There's so much threat.
Yeah.
Cry about it, pretty boy.
Oh, thank you.
I miss my medicine 5. Bricks.
You did this to yourself.
I did do this to myself. You're not wrong.
How much threat am I getting, Doctor?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. 3.
Do you need
Alright.
any assist from your medical staff?
But she's got her medical team advantage on standby, so
Yep.
Yeah.
difficult to bring down.
Well. So I feel like I should bring down the comp. But half the time when I do roll bad, it's just as bad as it can get. That may not do any good.
Yeah, just lower the difficulty, you'll be fine.
So lowering comp down by 1.
Lowering comp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As your medical team was called in, you start asking some of your experts for their opinion.
Yeah. I don't think I'll bring in the others yet.
Okay.
That seems right.
Oh my god.
The ship assists.
I've got it.
Hey, I get a reroll. It's fine.
It's true. That's true. Oh. Hey.
Wow. That save.
Oh, it's a good thing I brought that comp down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because one of those was a 17.
It would seem that the 10th Expeditionary Research and Development Auxiliary Fleet has run into this several times in their encounters against classified alien encounters. But although they classify which alien they encountered, they do leave open the fact that there are various members of their psionic crew within their fleet that has encountered strange attachments to the lower layers of existence, the popularly known as the Ocean of Consciousness.
Say encounter again.
Huh?
Say encounter again. You said it like 5 times.
Oh. On top of that, you have noticed that some of the files a lot of the files being opened up, they were mostly redacted and classified because their fleet is separate from the Ranger fleet and they are a subdivision of the 10th Expeditionary. However, Dr. Efrix has leveraged her authority at Ranger Station to open up a lot of the files, everything that is medically necessary, which is most of it. So, yeah, this is actually fairly common in the Shackleton, apparently. Although the Federation at large does not know that. This is not a commonly known thing, and they don't share this with the Klingons, generally. Unless Efrix chooses to, but that's her prerogative. Or you do now, because you have access to the information as a Narendra Fleet medical officer.
Plus, she's also Efrix, so...
Yeah. Cough, cough.
I was like, well...
Yeah, no, this is fairly common.
Efrix might be a bleeding heart, but Cobal definitely isn't. Looking for advantages. Okay. So it's relatively common. Is there like a common way ships have been dealing with it?
For a momentum, I'll answer them.
I'd say it's worth.
Listen, I'm trying to build enough momentum so that we can use a stasis field.
you can give me threat instead.
I hate you. Yeah, take the momentum.
Okay. It would seem that there's an addendum that you kind of have to type through, and you have to prove, no, yes, I'm a real CMO. Yes, I'm aboard the Achilles. Yes, I have the right clearances. Wow, there's a lot of layers of protection around this information until you find out.
Do I have the right clearances?
Like the Narendra bureaucratic apparatus is making it difficult for you because you're a lieutenant. But you're able to show cause. It's like, no, I'm not just asking to ask. A patient has this problem. I need this information. And it's like, oh, well, okay then. You learned that the systems used by one Captain Myth have suggested that there's a type of psionic shielding matrix frequency that can be implemented in starships to shield ships from the effects. It is not guaranteed. This has been implemented by the auxiliary fleet to great effect, although primarily it's only worked on it doesn't work on the shuttles, or it only really works on larger ships. So scale 5 and up are the only ones that can really get the most out of it. Anything smaller just can't. The power just isn't enough. They need to basically dump everything they have into the shield to basically brace themselves for impact. Anything smaller, the shields just burn out, and then all you've managed to do is burn out your shields, and you get hit anyway.
Okay. And what are we?
You are a scale 5 Achilles class.
Okay. Have any of the other ships tried on a smaller scale to just like bench the person that's having the issue until they can get away?
That will be another momentum spend, unfortunately.
We're considering. Have any more? I was really hoping for another roll. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I have bold medicine, so yeah, okay. Take a threat, weirdo.
Call me a weirdo.
I just love how there's like an undertone of, well, fuck you.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like,
oh yeah, we were off last week. No one knows. I got accused of being short with people last week at work, which, for those of you that know that I'm 4'11", is hilarious. But it wasn't a joke. Apparently, I was short with people.
Oh, how dare you?
Bullying me. It's fine.
So, to answer the question, that was attempted and was found to be ineffectual.
Okay, good to know. Were they attempting basically the same thing that we were thinking of trying?
Yep. They tried the stasis methodology aboard the U.S.S. Tenjin. It did not work, unfortunately. They even went out of their way to stasis a good portion of their psionic crew. So all the anyone who had an ESP or empath like that, so like anyone who had a talent and basically had a high Esper rating that was active. I thought maybe it's not just one person, maybe it's anybody. They tried doing that, which was an expensive and dangerous proposition because you're basically stasising a bunch of people, and that's very dangerous. But they did it because that's what they do. They do experiments. That's why they're out here. And then, that doesn't work. Apparently, it actually all you end up doing is they end up dreaming anyway in the stasis pod, which they're not sure how that's exactly possible. But apparently it is.
Okay. So, are we saying that she did this research before?
Yep, you could say that.
Okay.
It's reasonable that's what you were down here doing.
Yeah, when I wasn't like helping people.
Yeah.
Who were.
She also got messaged by Ryla being like, "This is what they want."
Yeah, I got a heads up.
He keeps her in the loop.
Thanks. So, when they come with that idea, she probably
shoots them.
No.
Wow.
Not a Romulan ship, sorry.
Also, not the way she works.
That's not the way Romulans work either. I put in the stasis pod and have it malfunction on them.
It looked like an accident. Phasers are much too forward.
Exactly.
She'd probably say, yes, I considered that too, but apparently ships who have encountered similar in the past didn't have much luck with that method.
All right, then. Is there anything they did have luck with?
Yes, I actually just found it. And then you might find this interesting. Though I think we're going to need engineering involved. And she basically starts describing that, what was it, like a repulsor field?
Or myth shielding.
Yeah.
Sonic shielding.
Yeah, Cyanide goes into detail about or not detail, but what she understands from a medical standpoint of the cyanic shielding.
Wait, we've used this before on the Achilles.
Yeah, we have.
Was good 5 years. No, this is in character. Shush you.
Yeah. Well, fuck you too.
Ryloff pokes his head through a vent.
When the screens lights up, hey, go away.
We've used this before on the Achilles, a solid 5.5 years ago, back when we were dealing with the Dusk Machine. Hold on, I have to go. Throlic starts leaves the room, starts heading down to engineering.
Commander.
Follow me.
Was that an order for me, or?
ducks back around the corner. Both of you, come on.
Oh. Uh. Hold down the fort.
Far be it from me to question you, Commander, but what is this about?
We should still have at least the schematics loaded into the ship's computers, and we should be able to get this shielding online.
What?
I think. Oh, I'm heading down to engineering.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Cobalt would have informed Rice that they're to hold down the fort while she's gone.
Yeah, and then I'm going to comm up to Captain Pend as well when we're in the turbolift.
Okay, feel free to do your comm now as you're racing into engineering.
All right. Captain.
Yes?
Shields.
I arrived at medical with the intent to proceed with the aforementioned plan. However, Dr. Koval had been doing some research and found that the procedure had been ineffective when attempted in the past by the auxiliary fleet. What she did find, however, was that a certain psionic shielding was effective. I believe that Captain Myth's psionic shielding should still be in the ship's databases, so I'm heading down to engineering to get started on fabrication.
Understood. Maybe Cadet Zeph can assist you down there.
All right. I'll get in contact. I know that our chief engineer is dealing with some troubles right now. Part of those probably due to the lack of sleep.
As you see something on your pad indicating that he would love to meet you in engineering, but he's currently in the impulse nacelle, and if he doesn't stay there, you're going to lose your left nacelle, so he can't come down.
Yep.
He probably tried to redline something again.
Oh, that's the
not
assumption.
going in the report.
But let me know.
That's like, I don't know why everybody has a problem, and that's fine.
Let me know when it's installed and running, and we'll go through the sleep test.
Yes, sir.
And Pen will just cut comms.
The three of you come into the central chamber nearest the warp core. As you see the advanced system and indicator lights on the floor, and Cadet Zeft kind of steps into the central corridor.
Cadet Zeft, I need your assistance with something.
Does anyone wish to play Zeft at this time? Because this is a support character.
I mean, presumably.
Caval's there. Is the thing.
Yeah, I know it's the thing. Like, I don't.
Yes, Commander?
Well,
what
I mean,
do you need help with?
Just
we're going to be fabricating a device that has previously been installed on the Achilles approximately 5 years ago. Dr. Koval, please pull up the relevant files since you already have access to them.
Yep.
Ooh.
Here, Zeft, let's work on this together.
Ooh, this sounds like fun.
Zeft, one of the few people on board who is not currently suffering from lack of sleep.
Oh, right.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I recommended him due to he doesn't need it.
Yeah, he wouldn't be suffering from the fatigue loss because I can't make him sleep. He's awake. I can't make him dream.
Yep.
So yeah, there are two computer panels on one of the workstations here. You see also one of the secondary reactors that is part of the specialized impact resistance system. What was it called again? The Arlen 01 PHG system. So these are the other ways to kind of surge protect the core and pull up the energy and shunt it into the primary power system. But that also means lots more computer space. And also the core needs to be kind of isolated from the various cores so they don't blow each other up.
Mm-hmm. All right. everyone, let's get going. If we can get these shielding systems into place again, our personnel problems should be at least somewhat alleviated.
Yes, Commander.
We are looking at an extended task, folks, to get this situated.
All right. What is the extended task?
Well, you just have to guess. No, that's not how this works. Wrong game.
No, that's scientific method.
I was gonna say. Yeah. There are mechanics in here where we don't know the difficulty. This is not one of them.
I mean, this is also good information to send to the Klingons, because if they can create this type of shielding for their like planets,
I mean,
that
yeah,
are suffering.
they already have that shielding up. It sounds like.
Yeah, so all they do is like replicate it as for planetary shielding and like kind of
Which it
solve
already
the
has
problem.
been employed. Like that shielding has already been employed as planetary shielding in the past. So the deployment of it as planetary shielding was actually even easier, if I recall, because they were able to use the planet's ionosphere as part of the defensive shell.
Yeah, half the work's kind of being done for you.
And it was said the bigger the better.
That's why sovereign classes are in no danger. Problem is, there's no sovereign class out here. Not yet, anyway. That's the whole point of the Ranger fleet, to see if a sovereign even needs to be out here.
Yeah, we've got an Achilles. That's basically a sovereign.
Yeah, that's what they're figuring. Like, that's a big enough ship. That should handle it, right? You're looking at work 12, magnitude 2, difficulty start of 4. It's a daring engineering task, assisted with ship's sensors plus sensors engineering. It would be computers engineering. My mistake. Sorry.
Thralic?
Yeah.
Would it be a good time for either you to rally or maybe Penn rally via comms?
Why don't you rally via comms, because I'll be wanting to assist on this role for sure.
Okay. But yeah,
Because they're extended task machine assists.
yeah. If that's the case, I'll open comms to the
I'm
area
actually
where
okay at engineering.
like the work's
Nice.
happening, and I'll try to rally them.
Want me to lend a hand? My daring is great.
In a second, I'm just trying to generate some quick momentum for the roll. I'll give you a threat. Composure.
Yeah, given that you're trying to sound confident while you yourself are kind of half asleep.
Would you allow commanding presence as a trait to help in some way?
Not really, because all that does is bring the diff by 1, but you're at
Yeah.
min 0.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, generate 4.
All right.
Would reverse engineering or research come into play as a focus for me?
Yes, actually.
Oh, neat.
1 second, I'll be right back.
No problem.
Yeah, because Zeph's a cautious engineer. That's why I was trying to
Mhm.
make sure I have something for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not great. I'm only rocking an 11 because my daring isn't particularly good.
Was it daring engineering? Ooh, I have a 13.
Yeah, Zeph has a 13.
I think Zept is more likely to have a
Yeah.
focus than I am.
For
Like-
example, perhaps fabrication.
Or power systems.
Yeah,
Structural
know.
engineering.
Oh, nice.
It's as if he's the perfect choice for this.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to have
Not-
two of the cadets.
Not
like,
sleep deprived. Good at the thing that we need.
Yeah.
This is nice.
I'm honestly wondering if you might be able to spend determination into this, but I don't know.
Oh, nothing is beyond repair.
Yeah. The situation.
Mission director, perhaps.
Mission directives. I don't think any of our standing directives would help here.
No, because there were standings. Our prime directive, scan the unknown sectors, and we were render aid and deal with piracy.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept them relatively vague, but still doesn't quite cover it.
There's nothing that can't be repaired. Morale.
People's sleep schedules.
Well, I don't know about that. Have you tried repairing a broken sleep schedule?
Yes,
Yes.
every
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
week.
Wrong people to ask that question to, Chief.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guess who went to bed at 1:30 and got up at 5?
That's
Hmm.
my point.
So how's everyone's week been, apart from the people I saw yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I might be starting a vampire campaign soon.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. We're having a session, or a second session 0 later this week, because our first session 0 we just went over consent sheet stuff and the theming of the campaign.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because vampires is one of those type of subjects where it can get either really weird and uncomfortable if you don't do it
Yeah.
properly.
Exactly. So it's like, personal horror game. Do you think we should have consent sheet? Yeah, we should. We should definitely talk over all these things first.
But it's nice to have you back, Gaval. We've been missing you the last couple of weeks.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, we're not complaining. We understand.
Just good to have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've missed it too. It's been a rough couple weeks, so I'm glad to be back.
Oof. Sorry to hear that.
I'm
For
glad
sure.
that my schedule is like approaching a semblance of like stability again after the holidays.
Well, yeah. Fingers.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh.
Pen dies. He needs to make a new character. It can't be named Pend.
How about Pen the Second? I'm here to avenge.
No. Refuse.
Just play our
Good
con
net.
officer.
Yeah.
So you had just did your rally.
Yes.
Yep. You're looking at a difficult task, extended task rather. Daring engineering, assisted by computers engineering. 3 attempts allowed. You can spend for time shortcuts. But each time you do that, it's going to increase the complication by 1 because you're actively not sleeping. Because basically, you're trying to rush this before 2 days go by. You have 3 attempts, basically today, the next 2 days.
Understood. I'll spend 1 momentum.
Will that apply for
Not for Zeph.
the Denobulin? Yeah, okay.
Zeph's not going to
So
be
if-
affected by this.
Cool.
Because sleep's not an issue for him.
Which good news, it's the primary roller, so.
Yeah.
So what's
Complication
the
primary roller.
complication range right now sitting at 2?
1.
Or just 1? Just 1.
Yeah.
Just 1 for now, yeah.
Focus in fabrication.
Yep. Because you have to fabricate the device to install.
I mean, also structural engineering and power systems kind of fit perfectly.
Seems like he'd be good at this role.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm going to be assisting you. I'm going to give you coordinated effort scrutinized 2, so you benefit from essentially vicious.
Caval could technically assist, but I don't know if
You can, but you have
possible.
medical insights that you could give.
I'll fish.
Right, and then here is my assist. All right, so you get a bonus momentum as well.
And ship. Sorry, so that's sensors, engine.
Am I at
Computers
increased comp?
engineering.
Say again, Doctor.
Am I at increased comp? That's what I was like actually asking.
No. You can use
Okay.
not yet anyway, but you. Oh, because of chronic pain. Yeah, you'd be at increased comp. Yep.
I mean, at this point, were we doing just generating momentum?
No, it's like that was just the first roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is to hit the main the extended task.
Yeah.
You hit the you've hit the difficulty.
Oh yeah, we crushed
Yeah.
it.
True.
Pen, did you track
Was
the
the
bonus
point
momentum
there?
there for my assist?
Yeah, that's also part of the bonus pool on the table.
Yeah. The only
Wanna
reason
make
you'd
sure.
want to chime in there, Doctor, is if you wanted to add extra bonus momentum for the roll, but
Mm-hmm.
you can stand back and observe the them working if you like.
That's not really her style.
I will note it would be insight medicine here, or it could be daring engineering, because as an assist you can do something other than what the main roller's doing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I could have done that.
Yep.
Well, my
There's
insight-
precedent.
So if I do insight medicine, it becomes the same role as daring engineering.
Just sort of say, for Thrall, if you would have used your command with a focus, you probably would have critted.
Yeah, I would have.
The dice hit the table, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Just
Just
yeah.
for the next one.
Hey.
There you go. So all of you work diligently in the engineering room, doing your best to work on this problem, get it fabricated. And also, I'm not when you make this thing, at least for this episode, if nothing else, I'm not going to charge you the opportunity cost for it because you're doing this extended task. You are building this thing yourselves, basically. So yeah, you've hit the difficulty. Main roller needs to give me
6.
6 challenge dice. Wait, what? 6? You sure?
It's
Please
usually
engineering's only
plus
4.
2.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, 4 plus 2,
Yeah.
6. I thought it was 5 for some reason. Oh, he's a cadet. He can't. He can't be at 5 yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished going through his doctorate yet. Oh.
Did you say you've given me vicious?
Yeah.
So 6, 7, 8, 9.
I count 9 as
You want
well.
to spend?
I'm just gonna put those other 3 to make it 12, and that's the job done completely.
Yep.
That is 2 magnitude, yeah.
And 12 work.
And 12 work.
So in one push of combined knowledge and insight, you're able to get the system fabricated rather quickly. 4 alpha shifts even out for the day. You're kind of you burn a little bit into beta shift, but you're able to get it done pretty rapidly.
So have we got it fully installed?
For now, if you want it to be, you'll have to do modulation down the road. But for now, it's active. You can plug it in and turn it on, and it can be part of the systems for the foreseeable future.
All right.
Yeah. Commander, do you want me to turn it on?
Yes, cadet, at your leisure.
Okay. And Zeph, turn it on.
For a second, there's a shift in the fluctuation of the plasma conduits. The bridge is informed of the modulation and shields and the installation. And for a brief second, everyone who sleeps, so just other than the artificial life and the and other such low sleep species, but they're immune. But everyone else has this sense of dissociation, like they're out of themselves. They're like 5 feet. They're like a meter behind themselves, and then they kind of snap back into themselves.
Whew.
And I'm spending threat to hurt you all.
Oh,
Yay!
Well, fuck you too.
rude. And before this is Zeph's ship now.
I'm the captain now.
I think it was Nog who asked, "Hey, is it possible that I could become the captain of the ship?" Yes,
Yeah.
but by that point, there's no one else to command. So
There's no one to call you captain at that point. He's like, oh, because that was the point of it. Was
Zeph going, Mom.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, actually. If everyone was hurt, he would want to contact Everett.
Yeah.
That would be the correct thing to do.
everyone's unconscious. Like, this is normal. Says Efrix.
Oh no. I don't like that.
It's a lot of threat there, GM.
Yeah.
it's expensive what I have to do, unfortunately, because of what you did to me. You've made this quite hard for me to do now.
Good.
Yep, very good.
I mean, it sounds like he's trying to just knock us all out.
Yeah, that kill us, whatever.
I don't know if I'd say it's non-lethal automatically there, Ben.
Well, I like to try and be a little optimistic.
Okay.
Oh boy. Listen,
Oh my god!
Is a little hardier than Efforts, but not that much.
All right, here it comes,
And we're all
folks.
at -5 stress, so you know, or at -5 our max.
Yeah.
Well, not Zeph.
That's true.
All but him. Yeah. Well, he's not even being affected by this in the slightest, so...
Yeah.
Rerolling whiffs.
Or you could
9.
not.
1, 2,
Nine,
3, 4,
damn.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 stress. It
And we're at
costs.
-5.
Yeah.
That doesn't fill my stress track.
So I only have 10 to begin with.
Yeah, so
Well, you didn't max
were
your stress
down
track.
5. No, that
Right.
Max Caval's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Max Caval's? Okay.
Because she only has
Um,
5 right now.
Yeah, I only have. Yeah.
Hold on. Well,
Oh.
let's see what the results of this are for everyone.
Well, Caval's
4.
gonna get conked out because you're full, right? And you can't avoid injury if you're filled, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you can. It's just that if you take any damage, you go down immediately. You can avoid injury here if you wanted. Unfortunately, it would cost you not 2, but not 3, not 4, but 5 threat to stay standing because it's intense.
Or momentum.
Or momentum,
Or determination.
or determination.
But you
I
are
will note
injured
this
if
is
you
not.
do that.
I will note this is non-lethal. You're basically you're having a sonic shock. Like you're it's like
Yeah.
it's like moving someone who's freezing cold and having frostbite and tossing them into hot water, and they're just going into shock.
Yeah,
I
the
think
last
if
time this
it's
happened, I was feeling-
non-lethal, we might want to let people go down because then we can. Because it's more dangerous, honestly, to stay up at that point. Because if you take any more stress, it
Yeah.
becomes lethal.
The only problem with that is that I'm the doctor.
That's true.
Doctor needs to be conscious.
We just
Doctor
have
does need to be conscious. Hold on,
We
you're
just
gonna
have
be conscious.
to-
I'll make sure of it.
We just have to believe that, the cadet and specialist down in Medbay will stay up.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be staying up as well.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
And I'm going
not.
to precautions Kaval into staying up.
Can you do it on someone else's behalf?
Yes, I specifically can't do precautions on my own behalf. I can do it on the ship or any ally. Yeah, I can't precautions myself, which is great.
So what precautions did you take to protect the doctor?
Um,
And you have to spend something. I think it's threat, yeah?
no, I don't have to spend anything for precautions. I just have a limit of once per scene.
Oh, that's what it is, yeah.
Which is still amazing.
Which, yeah, it's a great talent. I love it. I just have to think of what it is that I've done here. I think while they were installing the device, I took Kaval aside and had a bit of a premonition that something like this might happen, and so I told her to give herself some form of injection that would help combat this to make sure she'd be able to help other people down the road.
Yeah. Well, Efrix might have been against using stims to stay up. Cabal is not.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, as like she pre-injected herself, as she's fading, she's like, "Whoa, I'm still fading." Jabs herself again. Whoa, I'm barely. That halves the damage, correct? Or it avoids the injury entirely.
It avoids the injury entirely.
But you still take the stress.
Yes, unfortunately, you do still take the stress, but it is a free avoid of the injury.
Yeah. So your stress check's full there, doctor, but you're barely awake. Whoops, I lost somebody.
Who did we lose there? We lost Ben.
Oh, that's what.
I'm just going unconscious. Fuck it.
He fell
Yeah.
unconscious.
And I am going to have my damage with a Decoration of Gallantry.
Same.
So Ryloff, far away, is unconscious.
In the captain's chair, unconscious, I guess. Unless Pen's on the bridge now.
Up probably gets up to the bridge.
Yeah, I'm on the bridge. I'm avoiding. I'm halving and not taking one.
Okay. Thralic, what about you?
I'm also
you
having.
did that.
Yeah, so I took 4.
Is Zeft still moving?
Zeft was not affected.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah. Ven, what about you?
Let's see.
Because the only way
Can you
Ben
take
stays
9
up is a
stress?
threat spend.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he goes down. Just looking at his stress.
That's already... Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dud.
All right, Doctor. We knew this might happen. Let's see what medbay's like.
Pen is gonna open comms the ship. This is Captain Pen to... Is anyone still conscious?
As you're checking on that, let's see what happened to a certain security person who was running a drill. So,
Oh no!
have you been listening into what's been going on there, Moorcup?
It's birthday dinner. I was gone
Say-
the whole time.
Okay, so as you're doing your drills and you're running people through, you suddenly feel yourself. There's a brief alert that there's a shield modulation being put in place. It's a minor yellow alert thing. It's fine. As the shields come on, all of a sudden you feel yourself being shunted. You have a dissociative event where it feels like you're pushed back a whole meter behind yourself, and then you shunted back in, like this very and then it's a sort of mental shock. Because of that, 9 stress has been divvied up to everyone on the ship with an intense effect that has upped the avoid injury to a cost of
5. I think you said.
5.
Oh, 5.
So, So with
Well-
-5 to his max stress and with that in mind, is he still standing?
No, he's full.
This is non-lethal.
No,
only-
no, but the scene changed, right?
No, even after that, if you take 5 off your total, that's 9. You're full.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna say,
that would make him full.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
that means I
It
only
wouldn't go
have,
past though.
so with -5, I only have 6 stress. Yeah, that fills me out.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it makes a difference, but for Morkop, that brings him to full, but does not go past.
Yeah, that basically it's just going to knock him out for the scene.
Okay.
Unless you want to spend for him to stay awake. That's the thing I was pointing out to everyone else
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, no, I was asking if that was even an option, but yeah,
It is.
I'll spend. If
It's
I don't
intense,
see the
so
black, if
it
I don't
costs
see
5.
the black sails of the Black Fleet, then I won't go down.
It's non-lethal and it costs 5,
Yeah, I'll think.
and it's affected everyone on the ship.
Yeah, did y'all done cut us off from the Rainbow Bridge or whatever with the shields?
Yep. That's what they think they've done.
Yeah.
For 5 momentum or 5 threat, or do you want to change that currency?
No, just give it in threat. They probably need the momentum.
Okay. Yoink. So, Captain Penn, you call around and you get a report back from Morkop, from Thralic, from Zeft, from Koval. You don't hear back from Ven. Ryloff, you see as you walk into the bridge, has slumped down in his chair. And for your crew, oh god.
I'm assuming most of it's down.
4 out of 5 of your crew is unconscious.
Yeah.
I was about to say you have to have at least an 11 combined fitness security to still be up, or have a medal. Not an 11, a 15 combined fitness security or whatever.
If that's the case, let's try and... We're going to put the ship to minimal running until we can get the situation under control.
Do you want the shields down?
No, shields are staying up.
Okay.
Sorry, what did I call it? This would be
Is it
control.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Control command. Assisted by comms command. Difficulty 3. Difficulties increased because would be a lot lower, but your most of your command staff is unconscious, so you're kind of having to work on minimal crew skeleton crew levels at this point. So it's making everything a little harder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is Morkop on the bridge or is it somewhere else?
He was training on down in the shuttle bay when this
Oh,
happened.
okay. Yeah.
He could head up to the bridge if you want.
Well, yeah, I was gonna see if I could help Penn, but I
You
don't
could.
have
You still
with
could
you
from
guys,
there.
so. Oh, well then I'll assist.
I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
Would you allow lead by example? Because I'm going to be doing a lot more jobs until the crew's up and running.
Sure. Because you're probably helping people out of their chairs and doing some of the stuff yourself on the bridge.
Fish. Can I create an advantage?
What sort of advantage?
I'd like to create an advantage of, apart from the crew taking us down to minimal running, is that we're able to get enough people down to either med bay or to a shuttle bay, so they're able to be properly monitored.
Sure, I'll take that advantage. That seems like a fair thing to take. I will say to the team who turned on the shield's on. Something happened. Obviously.
And people do appear to be unconscious, which, I mean, was the goal.
Kavala seems rather preoccupied, tending to Ven, making sure he's not dead. Or if she's experimenting on him, it's not entirely clear.
Why not both?
I mean, is he currently suffering from REM sleep?
Sounds like the doctor seems preoccupied and isn't answering questions at the moment. It's almost like the player is away from the table.
But yeah, I think from just making sure, getting everything set up and just trying to get some form of a command structure in place while we are reduced, that's the key focus.
Okay.
Apart from that, everything's going towards helping medical.
All right. Throlic, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell Zeph to keep an eye on the shields, make sure those are steady, and then I'm going to head up to the bridge, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to escort Kaval to medical. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
Yep.
So a new scene will come to pass. Wait, already guys? Yeah. After a few tense moments, a large portion of the crew does in fact wake up by the time you guys get up to medical. But not all. At least 1/4 of the crew is still unconscious.
All right.
That's better than 4/5.
Doctor?
Ryloff is also brought down to medbay as one of the high-ranking people, one of the VIPs of our story that is still unconscious.
All right, Doctor. I'll need you to get to work, see if you can figure out what's wrong with these people. I know we're all still operating on no sleep, but until this issue is solved, and they're all just kind of drugs.
Koval's now at the point where, if you do like an energy shot, but you've been up for 3 days. So you're jittery, but still sleepy. It's not good.
Yep.
I will note anyone who's stress stress would have recovered. Those of you who are unconscious are being made unconscious due to complications. Just for the sake of your stress tracks.
Lovely.
Cool.
So,
all right. So I'd probably split up the remaining medical staff that's awake, and then, per my training, triages by rank who's the highest ranking unconscious person.
Senior most person is Lieutenant Ryloff.
Oh man, that really works out, huh?
Oh, that feels like favoritism.
It's okay. Yeah. So
I mean, yeah.
Also
Do you
true to her
care?
character. No. Okay. Figure out what's wrong with one of them. We'll probably find the answer. Which is the other thing. I am most familiar with Romulan physiology. Let's be real.
That's what you'll say at the medical board hearing. I understand.
Mhm.
I mean, you've got the Romulan trait, and he's got the Romulan trait, so I'm wondering if that would actually help in that case.
It would actually.
So yeah, I'll do some scans, see what's going on, why they're still unconscious when the rest of us have kind of recovered a little bit.
Throlic, I assume you're heading up to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where you're headed. More cop, are you heading to the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just mark that so I don't forget where you are. Koval, you are looking at reason plus medicine difficulty of would be 3, brought down to 2 because you're both Romulans. You know Romulan physiology more than most doctors would know, frankly. Assisted by the ship's computers plus medicine.
Cool.
Complications increase because you're in chronic pain and being deprived of sleep.
Yes.
Do you need any NPC assistance?
I mean, you've got your medic thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
You already have them helping you, don't you?
I will say that the medical team is tied up.
Yeah, doing other
dealing with.
stuff.
They're tied up with the 1/5 of the crew that's still unconscious.
Yeah. Either recovering and moving or already working on them. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was gonna instruct them to go help Finn and the others that are unconscious.
That works.
But it maybe makes sense to pull one or both in. I don't know. What do you guys think? Where are we at in support?
Looks like we still have 4.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
Yeah, why not?
One or which one? Or which 2?
What are they good at? I should know this.
Raxa is surgery, xenobiology, and research. Colebook is pharmacology, emergency medicine, and computer modeling.
Aw. Pharmacology might not be bad to have. But xenobiology is good too.
You can have them both if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Give our unconscious players somebody to play.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you like me to take? Oh, I should probably
take the
do
other
a cadet. I was gonna say I'll do the other. I will do the other cadet.
Plus, you can do the voice. And rile off. I imagine you'll be taking Rexa.
Apparently, yeah. Surgery savant. Ooh, okay.
Look at you playing a
does.
Bajoran again.
Yeah.
Typecast.
Emergency medicine?
At this stage, I'll say yes still.
Okay. Because I don't think disaster medicine this time.
No.
If it was like a planet-wide thing, maybe.
I don't think it counts as disaster for the ship at this point. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, take a threat.
idea. Should I roll 2?
I didn't change the name.
Yeah, everyone can roll.
Rylov from
What is the
unconscious.
Yep.
Oh,
my God.
no, Doctor.
The cadet. Who would be the fucking cadet?
We'll just squash with the 2 we got from the roll.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
He's like, this looks like it'll help. Just stabs him with some plasma.
What if you take a laser scalpel to their foot to tickle him awake? Nah, cadet, don't do that.
No.
But on my planet, that's what we do. Yes, well, not here.
I mean, we might
yet,
do
anyway.
that too, but for a different reason.
Look, benzites have thicker skin. It's
That's how you take their temperature. Who knows? Alien physiology.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
by laser scalp.
It would seem that the patient is exhibiting a strange complication where they have a lingering aftershock effect, similar to people who go into shock and you get them into a safe spot, but they still remain in that shocked state. So they are not currently under the effect of whatever was causing the dream, whatever was causing this in the first place. Walk that back. What I mean to say is most of the crew has gone through that shock and then they slowly came to. But unfortunately, some people, a good portion of the crew still has that lingering, their physiology just had a weird quirk that kind of kept them under. But it does seem that this may be a clue as to how to deal with the sleeping illness. But this person is not experiencing REM sleep currently. That you know.
But
You could revive
is
this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is it more akin to like being like chemically put to sleep, where you don't actually? It doesn't count as restful sleep.
It's like being knocked. It's like being concussed.
Okay.
You're not really asleep. You're just unconscious.
Oh, that's not good either.
No, it's not. However, the task to possibly find a solution to your problem has been made easier due to the effects of the shield. You're just down a good chunk of your crew, unfortunately. Where the hell's my notes on this? There it is. It was said earlier, but you weren't here for it, so I'll put it back in.
So if we figured this out, does that mean we've effectively figured out how to deal with the Klingon problem as well?
In theory.
Oh, sorry, you meant like help the Klingons, not.
I know what I said.
Wow.
Like, is this object survival now for more cop?
Oh boy.
Yeah, he just suddenly sees on his screen appear, objective, survive. Oh, this probably explains why the carrot's not responding as well, doesn't it?
So normally the work track would be 25, magnitude 5, resistance 4, difficulty 5, and so on. You only get 2 attempts before you arrive at your destination because you are 2 days out, and you used up one. You would have had 3, but you used up one setting up the shield. So you actually find out that the shield does have an effect to the tune of reducing the magnitude down by 1, the difficulty down by 1, and the resistance down by 1. as you realize that there is a certain thing that's making this is part of the solution, but you realize it's only part of it. You don't have the complete answer yet, but this really helps.
Okay.
Shielding is part of the solution to the problem. And I will say that scientific method, in theory, could be done. Unfortunately, by the time the timing of that would take so long, it would take you'd be looking at like months of research. Whereas this is you doing it. No, we need to speed this up and do a lot of experiments and thought process, and we need to do a lot of experimental medicine to get a solution, which is probably what your Klingon counterpart's doing on their end. You might not complete this in your 2 rolls. That's fine, because it adds to whatever you have left over. You might be able to do today, or you can pass it on to the Klingons, and they will have information, and they might be able to find the other half of the problem.
You know, Cadet, maybe we do need a laser scalpel. Triggers paranoia. Wake him up.
Wow.
It's fine. Not really.
But I can say that if you wish to wake up any main characters who are unconscious, you can do it. It just costs a threat because you're basically forcing a stim and forcing them to wake up.
I mean, I have a okay.
Or you can let them sleep for 2, or you can let
them.
them sleep for 2 days, and then they'll wake up in the next scene.
I mean,
That's fine. Let me sleep.
In theory, you could do this entirely yourself with the Swift task.
Well, not a Swift task. It's spending for time skip.
Yeah.
I think probably it would be worth getting Ven up for this. I was looking at his sheet. He has medicine 3. That would be a decent assist.
Yeah, my thought is, what is the ethics of doing that? Like, it's one thing to do it to herself.
Fair.
Insight medicine difficulty 2. You have raised a good point. I can't really answer without a roll.
Yeah, because like I know what the answer would be if we were on a Romulan ship. Which is why she was like, "Yeah, I can do that to myself. That's not a problem." Insight.
Diff 2, complication 2 because of the Romulan trait.
Oh no.
There are certain you're half remembering medical knowledge from your old job and medical knowledge from your new job, so it's kind of complicate things. But you might misremember it.
And does that mean I'm at comp 3?
Yes, it does. Sorry.
Yay!
Oof.
Take a threat.
Oh boy.
That's a threat. Let's see.
I have to ring on the new year properly for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I went easy on you, it wouldn't be an Achilles game.
Yeah. It's fine. The funny thing is I took pain management to like mitigate this, and like there's not been a chance. It's fine. See, the thing is, I want to save.
For a momentum or a threat, you could give yourself some injections that might help alleviate it. It's not super good for you, but you could bring down the complication by 1. It just costs you resources. Fight through the pain, Koal. You can do it.
What's the? You said insight medicine.
Insight medicine, yes.
Do I know the difficulty or no?
Yep, Diff 2.
Diff 2. I don't think so, but I'll try it. Composure?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. Do I want to fish? I don't think I want to fish. That was comp 3.
Oh, well, momentum is generated. I will note that in Starfleet Medical, you are right to be worried about consent and such. That is very important. However, CMO, if the chief medical officer believes that it is the difference between life or death of the crew and those and her patients, she can go a bit above and beyond. Much like a captain would, a captain is allowed to skim over some of the regulations if it's the difference between the ship dying and the ship living. You have a medical equivalent in Starfleet Medical. If you think waking someone
Yeah.
up will help save your patient, then you'll have to you'll be yelled at later. Like, I will rip ding you for it, but there are
Yeah.
regulations that allow for this. Only you're allowed to do this, so other people can't be doing stuff like this without you giving the okay. Same with the captain.
The order, yeah.
But you can make a medical call here. And the captain couldn't order you to do this. This is a medical ethical decision that you'd have to
Yeah. Okay.
answer for.
Question, do I know like what the status is as far as like the chances of us being attacked?
That is a question you would have to ask your chief of security or the command staff.
Yeah.
Which question? Oh wait, I'm unconscious. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to sit back down.
The senior most
begins
security person right now
muttering.
is Lieutenant. The senior most security personnel that's awake and active is Morcop.
Mm-hmm. Who's with the rest of the command staff, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably question Pinned, or the commander. Cabal to command.
Command.
Sir, I have a question. What is the chance of us needing Lieutenant Rylov for a fight
It's...
in the next 2 days? Give or take.
We're not expecting a fight, so I'd put that as low, but I cannot give guarantees.
Wait, why am I asking? I have paranoia.
Of course it's going to
Never
happen.
mind. Yeah.
Do you need any more resources while you're with what you're doing?
I'm not sure.
Because if we can get this sorted, that means everyone's better off.
I think we have a plan of action, sir.
Okay. This question still stands. Just, would you like any more resources?
Meaning,
I would like, out of character, I'd like to try and create an advantage for you.
it depends on. Is that going to use up a round?
Depends what he's trying to do. I'm not sure.
I'm basically trying to create the advantage of if whoever's conscious and has any either medical knowledge or scientific knowledge to send them down there, or so you could like bounce ideas off as many people as possible.
That would be you could through spending either one momentum or one of your crew support, you could have a auxiliary medical detail assembled that can come in and try to and basically replace the medical staff that would be helping her normally. Basically, like command, security, flights. Like you have EMT training, right? Yeah, get down to medical. They need help. Like, oh, okay, I'll drop what I'm doing and I'll help with that. That's one thing you could do. Alternatively, you could grab another support character or one of the already active characters and send them down to exam room 1 to help the doctor.
I mean, probably
or yourselves. You can go down there yourself and pitch in on the research.
No, yeah, because it's more of a case of I was gonna like create an advantage, like so more the first option. Then I was gonna spend medals to create 2 extra advantages of that, just to offer as much as possible via the idea of lots of personnel helping.
Yeah, I will have to stick with existing resources that the book provides. That's what you're trying to do is covered by other mechanics than advantage, unfortunately.
If that's the case, I'll probably spend a momentum to give the equivalent of a medical staff again.
So basically, you're grabbing
All
people from
those
the
EMT trained
Yeah.
security we used a couple sessions ago.
And while we're currently on talking to each other, I would like to give you my determination. So I'm trying to give you as much resources as possible to succeed.
Heck, you even grab some civilians who are aboard, going, "Hey, I'll pitch in, sure." That lets you bring down the difficulty or the resistance.
Let's bring down the resistance.
As you have a wider variety of minds working at the problem.
Okay.
And you got
If you'd like
the
me to come down and help out with it, I can as well.
So Throg's going down.
and you've got the second determination from me. Like I said, I'm just giving you mine.
Is Moorcop staying up on the bridge, or is they pitching in as well? I will warn that anyone who's tied into this, there is going to be a scene on the bridge here in a bit. Anyone who's down to medical is probably down there.
I'll
Staying on the bridge. Oh, I wanted Penn to have to fend for himself and have to get support from the cadets again. Cadet squad, go! We can run this shit.
Again, give us a lower decks episode.
Okay, I'd be fine with that. Just a cadet on the episode.
I'm just saying, and before Zept is captain.
Yeah.
So any forceful wakings, Doctor?
Yeah, I realized after I was talking, I was like, she wouldn't have asked. She would have just woke him up because she always thinks that there's going to be an attack.
Oh, so you're waking up Rylov?
Yeah.
I'll take my threat.
Damn.
Boop. Rylov, you're awake, and every vein in your body hurts because, oh god, being stimmed awake like that is not pleasant.
Welcome back.
Ow.
Walk it off.
Oh no.
What's happening?
She has wonderful bedside manner, you guys.
Uh-huh. I love it.
Great, is that a wake up and then a please go to the bridge? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like, no, he can help with the task. No. Go. Go do your job.
Is that where you go, Rylov? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not a medical person. I've got engineering and con and security and command.
Okay. I am not doing the same to Zeft.
Gosh.
He's not essential.
Paranoia in the opposite direction because I'm not as familiar with his physiology, and so I might give him a heart attack. Trying to wake him up
That's
that
fine.
way. Okay, so now we're on to rolls.
Yes. Here's.
Are we
Difficulty-
still? Is emergency medicine still a possibility or no?
In this case, no. You're trying to research You're trying to figure out how to solve this problem quickly. Because right now, you know that given a couple days, these people will wake up, but that doesn't solve the ultimate problem you have.
Composure? Probably not. But
In your case, yes, because your trait of pain, your chronic pains, probably is the reason why you'd have to stay composed during this.
okay.
And because of that, it does not increase your complication because it's actually helping you here,
Okay.
surprisingly.
Similarly, thinking spending determination to the tune of my job comes first.
I will take that.
And then spending for a threat. Spending, yeah.
What,
would it
1-on-1?
be a 1-on-1 to get a third die?
Okay.
That's 6. I've got the ship.
I got my determination back.
Determination.
7.
Determination.
Go
Uh,
Starship with a 10. Frig you, ship.
Who's rolling for Kolbuk and Reixa?
That would be Ven and Ryloff.
Right. Where? Did I accidentally close? I did. No, I didn't. I was hiding. The sheet was hiding.
Also, Thralic, you can be assisting here.
Yep. And
Bruh.
I'd like to assist with presence command here, or reason command maybe.
I'll take Reason Command here.
All right. Focus on team dynamics.
Yes.
All right. Oh, sorry, which one am I declaring here? I think I'm declaring Scrutinize 2.
So you're trying to help Pierce.
No, Scrutinize is the equivalent of Vicious.
Oh, sorry, I get those mixed up every time.
I remember it because it's Scrutinize 2 in Progression 1, and Vicious 1 is not a thing. Actually, yeah, it's 2 resistance, so yeah, I'm gonna go for Scrutinize 2 instead of Progression 1. Yeah, let's. And I'll re-roll my assist there. There we go. Generates a bonus momentum as well.
So we're at 8 with a bonus.
And then Kobuk.
Yeah, Ven, are you rolling Kolbuk?
Yep. Yep. Is it the same roll?
It can be something else if you can argue it, but it's the same roll otherwise.
Okay.
I mean, your
Has
reason
the
that
complication
isn't bad.
range gone up?
It has not.
It has not. Okay.
Unless Kobuk has trait annoying little bugger. It's a little long-winded, but
I take offense to that.
he should. Come at me.
Much taller than Lieutenant Caval.
So yeah, you have a bunch of bonus momentum floating out there in the wild. This looks like you are rolling 6 challenge die, Doctor, with a bunch of momentum to help you. One, two.
And what was Throllic's thing doing?
Vicious.
Vicious.
So
Yeah.
resistance is gone currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're looking at 5. You're looking at 1 breakthrough so far. 5 work.
What was the resistance? 2?
2.
Resistance 2.
I'd say spend one of those momentum to just get rid of that resistance.
It already is
Yeah,
gone because of Thrall.
No, I gave the other one. I didn't
you
give
gave
Progression,
Vicious.
I gave Scrutinize,
Vicious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're sorry, you have 4 work. I'm sorry. So yeah.
Spend one to kill the resistance.
You could also spend one to reroll too, honestly.
4, 5, 6. 6 work so far.
We could do that, or we could spend to cut down, but that'll up the.
I mean, considering you've got 2 determinations for 3 assists and a ship.
Oh yeah.
So-
I spent a.
Yeah, you got it back.
So that put me at what? 6 on my own.
Yeah, you created 6 just by yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe spend the 2 to.
To reroll.
Yeah, like 2 can look like swift.
To keep going.
Yeah.
To keep going. Through the. Push through the haze.
Yeah, pushing, getting an extra time interval. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you only use 1 interval instead of 2, essentially. 1 magnitude was generated. It occurs to you that this seems to affect various species in unique ways, so it has something linked to their psilocybin levels. You kind of guessed that, but having hard evidence to that fact helps greatly. Difficulty has dropped down to 3. Spending some threat. I'm going to claw back some of that, all of that work. Because you are quite tired.
Uh-huh.
Gonna bring the difficulty up to 4 and up to 5. Time is against you,
Okay.
and so is your fatigue. But your magnitude, I can't do anything about. There's nothing I can do about that.
And it's primarily, we just need to hit magnitude, isn't it?
Yeah, magnitude is the key target. You're looking at difficulty 5 currently.
Okay, diff 5. Does it up my complication? Because we skipped, or because we timed.
Not in this case. No, not until
Okay.
you finish. Not until you've done at least 2 intervals.
Okay.
Then
Got
I'll
it,
be
got it,
yelling
got
at
it.
you. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
You
Composure.
better. Composure, yes.
Again, spending determination towards my job comes first.
Yeah, because you still have it.
What, we're doing 1-on-1 again, or do you want to spend more momentum as well?
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, we could do that to up a little bit.
So it'd be 1 and 4?
1 and 4.
To
Yeah, 1 threat,
To
4
roll.
momentum.
Oh. Sorry, I wasn't following on with the math there for a half second, so I was a little bewildered.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was failing at it myself. I was thinking like 1 and 5, but what, determination?
yeah. Ooh.
I mean, luckily you've still got a determination left as well.
And I got a reroll. It's fine. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ah, there's the ethics we know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are my 20s when I
I
play?
mean, we're at 6 currently.
Jesus, she's only rolled 14s, by the way.
Hacks. Meets nerve.
yeah, hacks. Yeah, I'll leave it on scrutinized 2 here for my assist.
Okay.
Rerolling that. Don't get the bonus momentum or success from me, but we do still get the scrutinized 2.
And Kobuk.
Reason. Nope.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Just spend 1 and 1 and that. We're good.
You mean 1 and 1?
We gained 1 from the roll and she had a complication, so 1 and 1.
Oh, I follow. Gotcha.
One of
I
our
thought you were spinning
existing
threat. I was like,
class-
hey, wait a minute. You can't do that. For
Yeah, I'm
complications.
gonna I'm gonna spend
that.
your threat to.
Yeah. All right.
Reduce your threat.
You have your challenge dice, Doctor.
Ooh, 8.
1,
Hey.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
-2, so that's 6 at least.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not beating this through work track, so you don't really need to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
luckily, all we gotta do is just hit that magnitude.
Which we did, right?
We did.
Yeah,
Yep, you've gained at least
Yeah.
1 magnitude.
Okay.
yeah, because that was 8 raw work plus -2 resistance.
Yeah.
So, we're
And
good.
that was the speed up of this first attempt, so we've got, what, 1 attempt?
Correct.
Are you
And
are you
let's
spending the
speed up
speed
one.
up again? Sorry.
What do you want it to pass, and then... Are you on a debuff for speeding up?
There'll be a complication increase either way, if it's 2 steps
Yeah.
or 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might as well then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's
I
one
I
was
more.
still
like,
have
wait.
a determination, so.
Yeah, it'll have to be 1 momentum and 1 threat then.
7th threat, ending the scene, jumping to the bridge.
Yay.
Well,
During the tireless efforts, Lieutenant Rylef and Lieutenant Junior Moorcup are on the bridge as Captain Pend has taken up the con, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Where do the 2 security officers sit? There are tactical stations, security oversight, the XO station. Captain's chair if you feel brave.
We'll probably move Zoral to oversight, because she's got ship lockdown procedures that seems appropriate for internal security. Do you need me to
I
put
guess
in
that puts
the
me at tactical 2. I assume Rylock gets tactical 1.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to sit next to a Klingon.
Whoa. I mean,
Whoa.
fair, you bloody Romulan.
Too late.
Come here.
I will sit in this chair out of defiance.
Don't worry, it makes coordination simpler. As long as I'm not being told to sit in that XO chair. Oh. Incoming hail? Or is that outgoing?
There's a transmission being broadcast across subspace frequencies.
Okay. Incoming transmission, Captain.
On screen if possible. Or...
Tactical, you are aware that this signal seems very weak and garbled. It looks like this would be difficult for you to get a proper read of. It's almost like a roll's coming your way.
Almost.
Almost sounds like it, but I have to figure out what my base
we might just miss it. Just
You
kind of-
might. It's true.
It's just, the roll just doesn't happen. It's fine. Now, this is why I've got an engineering score. Does Morkov have an engineering score? Yes, he does. A little bit. Slightly.
It's at least this. I know that. So
Oh.
can't math for all of a sudden.
Oh. What did I do?
Oh,
Insight
my
or
God.
control plus security. Difficulty 5. Assisted by comms plus security.
Wow.
Difficulty of complication range 5.
Okay, well, control, I guess. I've got a... Well, that makes that a 15. Nice. Okay.
I will note this would normally be engineering, but there's something unique about this communication. that is tickling the two tactical officers' curiosity. There's something here. It's not just
Okay.
It's not some subspace. It almost looks like subspace noise. Like you almost dismiss it, and then wait a minute, something's wrong.
Yeah. So paranoid.
Yep.
Actually helping me this time.
For once. No.
I don't think even with the Admiral focuses, I have anything that can work.
Would you've got chipboard tactical systems, correct?
Yeah, but this is a communication, right?
Yeah, communications is part of tactical, apparently.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
I'm going to ask, just out of knowing what was in this system before, the defector trait. Also, because subspace shenanigans.
Defector's what's making this possible.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Morkop, you have shot Rylov. Good job.
Lovely. Okay, so I paranoia focus or tactical systems. I've got options here, and we've got diff 4 instead. Comp 5.
Either of those focuses would apply here. You're right.
Yeah. That being said, regarding potential, that would our mission directive of the piracy thing come into play potentially?
Yes. Under the rogue element half of it.
Yep. Okay. Then I'll give you 2 threat. I again didn't change my name, but oh well. I didn't keep it either.
Good job, Specialist Raxa. You should
Yeah, I
use
know,
team
right?
security. Get rid of that
is
Romulan.
So is that 2 or
7
3
successes.
games?
7 successes on a diff 4. Paranoia. It does hurt us sometimes, but the rest of the time. Oh wow, okay, never mind. Even more successes.
Glad I woke you up.
9 successes.
Yeah, because this was not succeeding with Morkop alone.
Yeah, no. Rylov's sitting there being like, this is look for this specific signal and clean that up a little bit, and oh boy. Because this looks vaguely Romulan.
It does.
And if we clean it up a bit more, it's going to look a lot more Romulan, I think. I was specifically asking because what was previously in the system was Romulan. Charming.
Typing out your message.
Attempting to compensate for signal decay. I think this comes under adapt to the unfamiliar from Orcup, doesn't it? Just with the value of
Yeah,
this.
a good warrior adapts to the unfamiliar, like doing comms work and signals intelligence. We usually just try to stab the problem.
Mm-hmm. Look, here's a more subtle approach to figure out what's trying to talk to you instead of just shooting it.
Yeah, but you can't mount signals intelligence on the wall.
I mean,
No,
actually,
you can mount the results of successful signals intelligence on the wall, though.
Ah.
It's a means to an end.
Well, then Marcotte might think of trying to endeavor to be the first Klingon to care about code breaking.
I mean, Klingon intelligence cares about code breaking. I as a
You wouldn't
player
know it.
because I as a player know because they keep on bothering Varder about breaking their codes.
You get a very, very simple text message just on the barest edges of subspace noise. And even after decrypting it, you get a very especially cryptic message. You might be able to guess at what it means, but if you want to know more, you'll have to spend.
Did you get the message as well there, Morcop?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm trying to figure out who U.S.S is, because I'm pretty sure it's not the only one that I've ever heard of.
I mean, Telsiar code black.
Starfleet
It's
security.
Starfleet secure. It wouldn't be a Starfleet security operation that's compromised.
You're right. Maybe something to do with the Senate.
Search and secure.
Oh, it could be the type of yeah, not who's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Because within the system, and Morcop would know this, within the system that we're going to is wrecked Romulan ships from like 100 years ago.
Well, we have the coordinates and the security code.
Yeah. Souls 32. Souls 32, what's...
People.
Yeah, I know Souls 32. I'm trying to think which Romulan vessel has a capacity that low. That immediately rules out the Deredics and Veldor.
I don't know that they've ever had an on-screen ship that small unless it was a shuttle.
How
Scout
small?
ship. Scout ships are also big. It's smaller than that. Scout ships are like 4 people.
What about
They might have. I mean, Starfleet has like ships of that capacity, like Miranda's.
Oh,
what about one of the old TOS era Romulan warbirds?
yeah. I was also thinking that, and I'm also thinking they might that there's a potential for them to be out of time, given what else was happening in the system. And actually, we will shoot that back to Pend, given I believe it's known he was intelligence.
Yeah, hello?
Correct. Yeah, so I'm just going to send that to you. And Rylov will in turn actually send the code back to Pend, or the signal information.
Will I be able to comprehend that?
TrueSec code.
So he sent you the string of text.
Yeah.
If you want to know, you could possibly puzzle out what that means, but if you want me to clarify, it's going to cost you momentum or threat.
Oh, and also just could mean he
For
just
each question.
can't ask questions with a reason now. Compromised request search and rescue.
Uh-oh.
What was it? Was it broken up because it was being concealed, or because of something else?
That I can tell you because of the role you did. Part of it is that wherever it's broadcasting from, something's causing incredible amounts of interference. That is to be expected within the Shackleton Expanse. That just happens sometimes. Without subspace relays, even in open space, messages can get garbled or slow way down because they weaken as they get further and further, right? And it gets harder and harder to hear it. It's still hearable because it's traveling through subspace, but it takes forever to get anywhere. That's part of it. So in Shackleton space, there's now interference on top of that. So that's not helping things. Thirdly, so distance is a factor, Shackleton is a factor. The third factor is that this was encrypted and hidden on a environmental layer, which is not which adds an extra layer of interference. And that's probably why the text is so short and abbreviated, because they know that the bandwidth of the message is going to be compromised. You couldn't send an audiovisual, like a full screen holographic image, because the message would die before it got wherever it's going. The intended recipient is very far away for it to be this short, this compact.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. No, that I've got a question that might make sense. It also, I mean, it can work between both Rylov and Pend. Are these code like that? The code used, is that out of date? By the sense of Rylov having worked within the Star Navy and the Tal Shiar being present, you know, you hear things and there's a reason you have to change the codes all the time. And Pend having been intelligence, if it's a known code to him potentially.
Is it an older code, but it checks out?
Which you're spending 1 momentum, I assume, or threat. It's your call. Which code? There are 2 codes in there.
Code black just seems universal, so the security code A26 green 47.
That looks like a Tal Shiar code, but it has Starfleet elements in it, as well as Klingon ones.
Oh, hey. Tripolity.
Have we just picked up the Tripolity's location?
Potentially. One of their
Outposts.
search and secure. I mean, I would assume that search and secure operation. We can ask that as a question. Potentially.
Yeah, sure.
Spending a momentum. That is shorthand for Starship Operation Compromised.
Okay.
The operation is either being used by a starship or it's happening on a starship. Keep in mind, starship can be anything. A shuttle counts as a starship. Actually, no,
Yes.
I take that back. That counts as a small craft. That is designated differently. A starship is anything that is scale 3 or bigger.
Okay.
If it's a space station, that's a different thing entirely. So that's anything above, like, typically above scale 6. You're starting to talk about space stations, which is a different designation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a starship, somewhere between scale 3 to scale 6.
Tripolity signal, which with Souls 32, I would assume it's scale 3 at the largest. And is in the same system that the Carrack is missing from.
I think it's something we should possibly speed up for.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's rare, maximum warp to the Carrack's previous location.
Do we want to try and figure out what coordinates R16 means for another question, Pend?
Sure.
Okay. As the third question. Bearing in mind that the Carrack's logs suggest, or the security chief's logs on the Carrack suggest the Carrack was about to go off on an adventure following uncharted space. So.
Oops, sorry. I just realized you didn't see me do that.
Boop. Nope. Oh. Great.
Wait, where was that? Oh,
Boop.
Come on.
Which we, yeah. Even if I was looking at the map for that, I couldn't see it because the number's obscured.
Yeah.
Oh god, this map has gotten so busy so quickly.
This is just one sector of the Shackleton. This isn't even the entire Shackleton.
I'm just going to mark that there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think we should still say maximum warp. Visit previous location just to rule out, then max warp to...
Isn't that also... That's close to where we had the Vision Dream encounter, right?
Give or take, it was around, like, here or something.
It was past that just a little bit, right? It was in the K system. The K.
Yeah, it was in K.
Sector.
But it's like
Yeah,
around that
okay.
area.
Okay. No, yeah. Let's find the Carrack's last known position and go from there.
Yeah, I said I'd rather rule out that they're not there before just completely abandoning where they could be.
I was more thinking if it was somewhere like adjacent to.
Yeah.
If it's a really low probability that they're in the other system and we'd like to start heading towards the one we just found, we could shoot off a probe towards the other one.
We could
Double
shoot a
back
probe
if we
towards
had
our-
to. But
Probes can be detected though, and we don't know what else is
Oh, okay.
between the two.
Do y'all have measures to avoid being detected?
We're not allowed to cloak our probes.
I can
Well,
clock
I
a
know you're not,
torpedo,
but
but no.
I was just seeing if the Achilles had like anti-detection measures.
No.
Okay.
Helm control.
Not that they tell you, wink, wink. No.
Well, Morcop is a loyal officer of the
The best we have is
Starfleet
silent running.
Imperial Empire.
The Imperial Empire. Yep.
The ship's gonna crit because of her talent.
Oh right, yeah.
She
will
does
it?
have. She has a reroll, but I'll
She has
spend
to
the determination first.
To what value?
I trust my captain's orders.
Roger. There you go.
And I'll fish as well because I've got reroll. We gain 3.
But yeah, okay, so Klingon, Romulan, and Starfleet codes. Lovely.
Just have to check something. Sorry for that. Someone was reading that page. Within the hour, pushing your ship as hard as it can, you race to the system. You have arrived.
Are they there?
Reason plus science. Difficulty of 0.
Well,
Okay, Dreven.
Yep. All the NPCs.
And actually, I have some threat here. Sure, why not? Let's bring that up to diff 1. Let's give you something to roll for.
Actually, isn't Dreven like eternally active, or no?
Nope.
No.
He's a support like anyone else.
It's the
Nope,
transport.
He's a support
she's-
character to. He's a support character to the real star of the show who gets the bigger contract. Ben.
No, I was meaning the support character talent that exists. I wasn't sure if he had that or not.
Oh,
No, the
That's the
That's
lieutenant.
Satal.
yeah, that's yeah, doesn't matter. Both reason science.
Yeah. That's-
Sensors.
Who's
Yep.
rolling him? Which nerd?
I've already got him.
You're doing it? Okay,
Yeah.
that nerd. The English one.
Spend 1. I've got so many fucking sheets up.
that's why you delegate, Captain.
That was sensors science. Gain 3. Are we able to pick up where their previous signal, their warp trail went?
4 momentum. I'll answer that.
Well, like general direction. So towards where we picked up the other signal. Correct. Captain, it appears the character isn't in the system, and they headed towards the where you picked up a different signal.
Which is probably why they're signaling that they're compromised. The
Then-
Carrack
Yeah.
that's incredibly out of position.
If that's the
How would
case, yeah.
We were 2 days past them. Right?
We were.
Yeah.
So how did they get that's more than 2 days' journey. Unless it's not them that they're compromised by.
Lieutenant Shashrir has to immediately do evasive action. She doesn't say anything, she just does it, because if she doesn't, you're not going to like what happens. Do.
How dare you?
It's going to be the Carrick rematerializing on top of us or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she can have 5 power.
Daring plus con, difficulty 5, assisted by engines plus con, as Lieutenant Shashrir just brings the ship about and just hits the warp immediately.
I'll spend 3 momentum.
This red alert's what
6.
stops the medical team, because after, like, you're kind of working, you're actually blasting through your work, you're finally getting something done, and all of a sudden, red alert just starts sounding across the ship.
Red alarm.
Red
Red
alarm.
God damn it.
Yeah, we made it. We gained 1.
Con reports that we are at maximum warp, away from center of system, moving away from some sort of massive gravity well. I need more power if we're going to get out of the system, but right now we're holding position.
Gravity well is in the same situation that we were in the first time we came to this system.
And on screen, you see that the wormhole has reopened, but you're a lot farther away this time.
Do we
Weren't
see?
there?
Go on.
I was gonna say, wasn't 10th Fleet Research boys supposed to be around here still?
They were. That was the Carrick. That's who was supposed to be here.
No, I thought some of
Not auxiliary.
Trailblazer.
Yeah.
Trailblazer's little side group was supposed to be around here as well.
You don't see them if they are here.
Yeah.
Well, considering we just spent 5 to do that, we don't have 6 to give you.
Wait a second. Don't we have a...
No, we got rid of it for the Ireland thing.
Oh, damn it, Erlen. Well, we've got Zeph in engineering. He can do a power task and there.
Yeah, gonna have to.
That's true.
So for... Oh, but before we do that, do we see the Carrick in the wormhole?
No.
Okay, then just one what roll for Zeph for power management.
Hello.
Keep in mind you're in combat speed at this time.
Yeah, but we need the power to do the thing.
Oh, I know. I'm just letting you know. So, just let you know that Zeph only has so many shots to get power. Figured it's only fair to warn you. Control plus engineering, difficulty 2.
Control engineering? Cool. Okay. Power systems?
Oh, is he sitting down in engineering still?
Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry. Dip 1. He's in the warp core room area. It's actually easier to do power stuff down there.
That's
Apparently.
where he lives.
Fantastic.
Yep. Listen, I studied with Crewman Vesh, Specialist Vesh.
Specialist fish. Wow, that was a demotion. No, wait, never mind. Wrong one. Balashana is.
Yeah.
We've got so many V names on the Kismet.
Yeah, we did.
Ben Besh.
You just
I'm talking
demoted
about the
Lord
one with the
Engineer.
gerbils who lived in the walls. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So probably spend one for cautious. And I think I already asked. Power systems?
Yes, power systems.
Cool. Cool. Eh.
One momentum generated, one power generated. You can gain one more power for each momentum spent.
Should I fish?
If you wish.
Fish if you wish.
Eh.
Maybe give you 2 and 4 threat if you're willing to accept threat.
I am. I'm thinking how much threat?
5. We'll spend. I'm trying to fucking count 3 threat and 2 momentum.
Okay.
That way we have 6 to pay for the thing.
And still have power regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, and still have 4.
So you're spending 6 threats to continue your warp out of here?
Well, no, we'd still be at 5 in that case.
Correct.
It is the same roll, unfortunately. She basically has to redo the warp calculation. She's just using more power this time.
Yeah, that's fine. One moment. I'll have to give you 2 threat as well.
Okay.
That is 9.
Nice.
So we gain 4 from that.
The ship buckles and you can hear things creaking. The shield emitters rage with power as the whole ship is very slowly escaping. And then all of a sudden, poof, the whole thing just lurches forward. The inertial dampers kick in. And even with them kicking in, everyone just kind of starts coming out of their chair. People start sliding out of their feet. People in medical or have to grab onto things. I am spending for the hazard. I have so little threat, so there's not a whole lot I can do to you.
It's not particularly hazardous.
Yeah.
It's an irritation. It's still gonna knock me out, probably, because that's my luck.
Wait, does that mean there's a cream for this wormhole?
I'm gonna punch you.
That laugh.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay. So that puts it to this. Puts it to that. That puts it to this.
Look, he's really fucking going for it.
Right? And then...
Piercing 4. You got all of that from fucking the 6 or 7 dice. Goddamn. Dice fucking threat, goddamn.
Your shields take 3 damage.
Suck it.
You are out of the gravity well as you leave the system.
Probably just like leave a probe behind saying wormhole back, don't enter.
Presence was command, difficulty 2, assisted by comms was command, as you're making sure the message is informative and also very the strong words of warning. Here's exactly what's going on. No, we're not messing with you. No, it's not a secret base. Don't go in here, idiot. You know.
Take a threat.
Sure.
strategy and tactics.
Yes, I would take that. Here's the tactical disadvantage of heading into this area.
And we're full. Just to say, the ship's been on point tonight.
Yeah.
You're no longer in the system, so this is actually, sorry, you can still see it at with extreme magnification. Because it's pretty big. It's dominating that system.
I'm guessing the planet's gone.
It's enveloped by the the star system looks like it's, some of the planets have already fallen into the wormhole. It looks like this place is being sucked in. So some planets already gone, like the target planet. The star hasn't fallen in yet.
Yeah, it's one of those. We'll leave the probe with the message, but
And we had a warp trail leading away, correct?
yeah, towards where we picked up the
Okay.
signal, and that's where we're heading. At full
One
maximum
episode, we
warp.
make a star appear. One of them, a star disappears. You know, it's
Oh, I'll add on now that you had a chance, you got near the well and then escaped it. They tried to go that way and then whoop, they got sucked back into the hole.
So they've gone through the wormhole.
Yep.
Okay.
Explains why they're out of contact. Did they crit fail their op or something?
Hey, how'd you guess?
Have we seriously just lost a fucking ship?
It could still be one piece. You don't know yet.
We have, however, lost a ship, so the statement is not incorrect. We do not know where the
True.
ship is.
Yeah, that sounds like
You
you
don't
go
know
talk
its
with your
location,
admiral
so we
friend
consider it lost.
Yes.
and ask him if they found out if they
We
were able to
have-
determine the wormhole linking to anywhere else.
Misplaced it.
Lieutenant Ryle, if you have the bridge, I need to go over talk with someone.
Yes, sir.
Going to my ready room.
I'm sure everyone is just as thrilled by this as I am.
And that is the end of the episode.